Good morning, good Monday. We're wide awake, super energetic,
Ugh.
got plenty of sleep over the weekend, and we are here for another episode of WhaleWatch while I get my futures account logged in because I did not prepare before the show. As always, everybody, we like to start a little bit before market open, do a little bit of open interest change surfing to see if we missed anything spicy on Friday. And then we will, right when the market opens, start punting some shit back and forth if there are any trade setups sitting there waiting for us. So I'm getting this logged in quick, Anthony, and then we can probably, right out of the gate, start looking at some open interest changes from last week. And everybody coming in, feel free to spam that chat with any contracts or tickers you want to look at. Our show's pretty loosey-goosey when we don't have any guests on, so we will be taking live trades, using the Unusual Whales tools, and breaking down the flow that you send us for a couple of hours, just like we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. So let me go ahead and pop this over here. And what are we looking at? You got a bunch of shit on your screen.
Yeah, kind of looking through some of that open interest. You just had a lot of those. Again, I mean, we talk about these usually every Monday, where look, you had short dated, far out of the money puts come in there. I mean, it's this is not a signal. MU 717-300 puts. Yes, MU's probably down this morning. I'm gonna assume. I mean, everything's kind of down a little bit this morning. We're down 5%. I mean, you're still not going to get much out of those contracts on something like that. I mean, don't get too excited if you try to tail something like that. But I'm just kind of looking through here. I'm not seeing anything super, interesting here. Again, earnings season starts tomorrow. We got banks on deck, so that's going to be fun. Actually, no, there was.
Ooh.
So there's a couple. There's another one I got to pull up too now. It's Monday morning brain kicking in. This looks like a position builder coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
An XC 918 put. You got 10,000 there on the 8th, 10,000 there on Friday, and that'll carry it over. We should keep an eye on this one, just see what happens. Let me find that.
An XE. What is that? An
XE is
something.
Energy.
Oh, is it
next gen energy?
Oh, next
uranium
gen.
exploration.
Next era energy stock. Next era is the one I usually heat. Oh, that's NEE. Oh, I have some history with NEE. Oh man.
Oh,
all right.
Let me see if I can find that other one that I was kind of. Here we go. Here's one too. I want GM. This one also hit my kind of radar over the weekend. I wanted to see what happened to that open interest, but look at this one.
Those of you just coming in, feel free to drop your contracts and tickers in the chats. I will keep a log on the back end here to pull them up. We will get to them, I promise.
Oops. Let's do it this way. Yeah, here's our tape. You had 9,000 there on the 8th, carried over 6,900 there on the 9th, carried over 7,000 there on Friday, carried over. Something interesting is going on here to me, and I don't think this one overlaps earnings. Nope, this does not overlap earnings. And this is how that tape looked when it came in too. Look at that nice spike in that IV spot. It is filling at the desk. Couple little drops in there, but look at your big size and premium. You get the big spike there on that IV and that fill. I'm not coming in above the ask, but
yeah, I think that ascending fill is a red herring too.
Yeah,
all it is just a couple of sneaky fills in there at 107. That's gonna fire that off.
Yeah,
I'm with you on this one. I like it.
Yeah, this is one we'll keep an eye on, and they've been building that position over the last 3 sessions. So I'm curious to see what happens with that one there. Let's not click it. Let's save it. It would help.
Then after NVO, we have a request for SBET, and it actually had some action last week. A little bit. Nothing crazy, but a little bit.
SBET.
SBET. Looks like we had somebody getting the hell out last second. Bell beater on the 5.5. calls that expired literally on Friday. We just have equal volume to open interest on those. My interest, however, if you take a look at the 5-5 calls for 7/17, the weeklies for this week,
Yep.
they had a nice little position build as well.
Interesting. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this a big multi-legger? What is this? It's showing it's multi-leg.
Yeah. I want to see if
What do
we
we
got
got
a
here?
roll going.
Ooh.
The
Oh,
10th to the 17th.
That's I would probably agree with you on that one there.
I think we might be looking at somebody rolling shorts forward on that.
Ooh. Let's another one for us to check back on Friday. We're gonna have some good flow for this Friday.
And if you wanna add another bit of interesting to it, the 5-5s for 7/31. Also a whole slew of bid side transactions on calls.
When do we have earnings on this thing? Let's see.
I'm thinking somebody
earnings,
doesn't love
8/13.
Sharplink Gaming. Whoever that is.
I mean, they're probably going to be happy at open. I mean, they're down 2% right now.
I don't know what you mean by which pair you trade. I don't know what that means, Rohit.
Oh no, not spammers already in the morning, please.
It might be genuine. It might be genuine. None of that AI porn spam from last week.
Oh God.
I guess I mean, we got 10 minutes to open. I could just show that clip. We'll save that for later, but it's funny. We had some folks accosting in chat.
That might be a save for Tucker when he's back.
Oh yeah, he did miss that.
He missed the whole Red Bull thing there.
He did.
He's gonna be a little disappointed, I'm sure, on that one. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you're sitting in your high positive gamma right now on the 4-day. Yeah, there's just kind of a lot of.
Absolute just looking at that chart too. It just feels very much like, can we survive and hold, or are we gonna lose this gamma rage and just flush?
Yeah,
out the chair.
And that's just like the one thing I kind of hate about those smaller stocks there with that strike. You don't get a big kind of gamma range like you're looking at an AMD Nvidia there. So I don't base my trades strictly off that there. Yeah, that flow is really interesting though. I agree with you there. Just kind of. And then there's
those puts were interesting too. The 5-5s.
5-5s.
They also seem to be filling at the bid. Could be a little bastion of light amongst all of these shorted calls.
Yeah. And it could just be a favorable fill too.
Also true.
Could be a favorable fill. Yeah, hard to
look at that IV jump. And
I'm gonna kind of assume, keyword assume here, it's that same exact second coming in there right there. These would look buy to open to me there. These look kind of buy to me, and then you got the short calls there. And I mean, they're in the money 2%. Like, are you gonna short stuff that's 2% in the money? It's tough there.
My girlfriend said no AI porn yet. That's fair. The show did just start. Getting ahead of myself. We have requests as well for SE. I see you got that one open, and then new AI will be after that bad boy. We're seeing them all. I see everything.
Let's
hey,
take
welcome
a peek
back,
here.
50 J's.
Welcome back.
It's J.
Something interesting is going on that 12/18 expiration. I wonder, before we even look at them, I'm gonna take a guess that they're probably related. Let's see if it's a multi-leg. Oh, look at that. Multi-leg 100%. I bet this is a big ugly spread.
I like how he's like, before I take a look at it, but the little preview, the little
Well,
preview says percent multi.
no. I did it from this. I said I'm gonna look here. It doesn't show a multi-leg there. Yeah, an asshole. It's Monday. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you tried to do there, though. But yeah, that would be clever. That's a good idea. I'll save that one for next time. But
also, just real quick to the Mentalist episode. If you guys missed it, I'll be releasing the whole thing today. We now will have video of all of our interviews published to Spotify instead of just the audio. So if you're not familiar with the Unusual Whales Spotify, hit that up. It's got all of our FOMC interviews. It's got our interviews with different ETFs. We have that big SpaceX interview we had with Tama ETFs. We're going to be pushing the guest spot we had from mentalist Wayne Hoffman, a really good segment on how your psychology really, really affects your trades in just about every walk of life. But then we had him do some mentalist routines on Anthony, and it was fun. To your comment, and Brad, if you're listening, the link doesn't tell him what he clicks, just so you know. That's not how he did it. He did not see the link that Anthony went to from that link. That isn't how he did it. That's what I'm telling you right now. I just wanted to make that clear. That's not how the trick works. He's like, damn it! I wanted the out. No. He's just good. He's just good. That link isn't a tracking link. It's nothing like that. He guessed your shit.
It's so mind blowing, man.
All right, let's finish this nasty ass multi-leg. We've got. Oh man, there's high open interest across the board on all of them.
Yeah.
Did we get the open interest carryover?
Let's see.
Nope, dropped one of those legs is getting kicked out. What about the 97.5? I bet you
this one too. Yeah.
They are closing this, or is that?
And I will assume this.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So there's nothing left of this
wonky ass spread getting closed, and I don't even know what to call that. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what to call that. We have two call contracts that appear to be being closed at the bid, so you would assume long, and then you have those puts being closed at the ask, so you would assume short. This could be the weirdest. Hey, let's get two strikes. Risk reversal, I guess. I don't know what the hell to call this. Anyone in chat better with spreads than my dumbass? Nate's in the chat, probably. Nate, what the hell? It just looks like a two strikes, triple bullish risk reversal. But I'm not understanding why they went with two strikes, to be honest.
Somebody a lot smarter than us came up with this. That's my analysis on that one. Somebody a lot smarter, and
one of these days let's get Nate in here to just straight up do a spreads focused episode, because the spreads that I'm messing with are just like, strangles, straddles, the occasional calendar spread. I'm not a spreads expert. I just like the last year and a half started even paying attention to gamma. Spreads aren't my bag. I just trade naked contracts and scalp futures. So we'll have a spreads dedicated episode sometime soon. I think that'd be a good idea. But this one's closed anyway. This trader's gone.
Yep. Anything else on SE here? Just look at our gamma on this.
You're gonna watch us do it today, Monkey Sing. Says, hi, I was here towards the end of last week's stream and was thinking about getting UW. How would you use the platform in real-time options? Well, right now the market's closed, so we're just looking at stuff from last week that might be worth paying attention to. But for options, you can do the same shit that I do on futures with options. That's how we started doing that strategy, is we started with SPY contracts and eventually pivoted over to futures for the show as well. But in real time, just flow on any given ticker. You'll see Anthony bookmark some that we look at throughout the episode today. Odds are, if he's saving them, there's a non-zero chance that he might be putting one of those on. Those are going to be ones that are worth following up on. Doesn't necessarily mean we'll put on the trade. If he sees one he likes enough, he'll say so.
Yeah, I will definitely say if I'm.
But the way we break it down today, that's basically what we do for options flow in real time. If we see something we really like, we will mention that we're probably going to put something like it on. It might not be the same contract, but if we see flow we like that we deem playable, you will hear it.
And then we will talk about it on Friday and see if it made a move.
See if we got blasted. All right, SE
Yeah.
heat zones. We're in a similar situation here that we were with the last one, but this one looks like it might be trying to recover. What do we got here?
Yeah, this one, I mean, you got positive gamma. You're coming into that heavy 110 here. 120 is your absolute gamma, which does act as the strongest magnet and pin, but got to get over that 110 here because you got some positive gamma down here. I mean, I'd kind of look at this as potential support possibly, but when do we have earnings on this name too? It's going to be a big theme here, checking earnings. So 7, 8, we already had earnings, so we don't need to worry about this. So let's see, 821. I mean, you're in that heavy positive 110 there on the 39-day. There's not much in between. I mean, 11 days, you got some up there. A little below us on the 18-day, 25-day above us there. Yeah, I mean, your big gamma levels are above us here. That 39-day, we're sitting on it, so it's gonna, dealers are gonna buy into that dip there. I want to look at this one here quick. Yeah, I mean, you've had positive daily gamma here. You're sitting right above that put wall there. I kind of like the heat zone read on this one, even though, I mean, there is a lot of net gamma on the call side. It's all on the call side, but it's kind of spread out. That's the only thing I don't like about it. If I were to kind of nibble at something, though, I'd keep an eye on that put wall there at 110. That's going to act as your support there, and your call wall up there at 120, which is also the absolute gamma. I kind of like that setup, and you don't overlap earnings, which is always phenomenal. Just keep in mind too, there's a lot of headline risk stuff going on too. Gamma does not account for any headline risk or what anybody's saying, so just kind of
Although
keep that
sometimes
in the
you will
back.
see a news candle just obliterate the setup and go test levels that you didn't think we would. We had that happen last week, actually, right after Anthony got into a long. We had a good old-fashioned Trump tweet yeet about the ceasefire being over, and dude, I'm really glad for you that you got saved the trauma of real slippage, because your stop filled. If it did, you were looking at like a 100-point loss on MES from that news candle.
And I think the thing that would have pissed me off is that we came back recovered and
instantly. Instantly.
Like that's what
that was such a round trip, and then they came back and made a new high a day.
Like I don't care if I'm wrong. It's just like when you're wrong and then you stop out and then it just completely goes to you. That happened to me like 3 times on Friday there. Like I took some longs into close there, and I got one stupid candle that messed me up, and I was trying to just trade it a little bit after hours there. Oh, I got my move after hours after that cut. I'm like, it was just like,
that's part of the risk you run into with options, is you can't hold into the after hours and expect to get out. With SPY, you kind of can, but if you're in 0 days, you're kind of cooked if you're that late in the day anyway. For options, if you're doing intraday scalping on options, I would go a day, maybe 2 out, depending on your portfolio size, your risk tolerance. Can't be as patient with options intraday if you're trying to do 0 day. We got a nice drop and bounce right off of the open. NASDAQ gave us a good pullback just below that local low they set in pre-market here. Might be doing a nice little V up. If I were getting crazy here, I would like to see the NASDAQ come all the way up and test my 850 level there. That has acted as a good point of resistance. Here you can see in the overnight session where we had the breakdown, they tried to hang on to that 850 level, lost it, back tested it 3 times from below before finally taking that steep tumble down to the 550 area. I don't think they're going to give it to me, but that would be my ideal world. It kind of looks like they're struggling to push back above that local high from pre-market. I'm going to be looking for back tests to see if I can't join them, but I like to wait 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the price action, so I don't get all giddy and get my giblets all excited for no damn reason. Looking at our gamma profile here, It's positioned below us for the most part. We have some positive gamma up at 7,600, itty bitty lumps at 75, 70, and 80. Right now, we're chilling in a really small negative gamma zone. We'll see if they can hang on to this positive gamma zone as support. We did start the day red. NASDAQ was negative 1% at the open. SPX, and consequently ES, we're down about half, give or take a percent before this little pop we had. So we're hanging out here. I'm not going to put anything on quite yet. I want to see if buyers can push this back into those higher positive gamma zones. But if they end up just flushing, if we see a lot of this positive gamma below us that should act as support start trailing off like we did on this last update at 75.25, these white dots represent the prior level from 1 minute ago. If you're on the 10-minute periscope, they represent 10 minutes ago. And they're trailing off a little bit, but they look like they're still holding strong at that 75.50. So I'm going to be looking for entries, but right now, gotta wait. We already did the full back test up toward the high, about to set a new low on the NASDAQ. I'm not going to chase it. I need some back steps to see if we're going to start stair-stepping down and to the right.
I am when I'm looking, I'm eyeing those long calls up here. Look at that outsized position there. I'm
way
just
up there.
keep
76.50 on a
Yeah.
0 day? God damn, dude.
Hey, do you know what we're gonna get? One of your favorite Jesus, man, it's a Monday. One of your
Ben,
patented
I don't know what the hell you're talking
Trump
about, bro.
tweet yeets. One of your
I don't
Trump
know who
tweet
that is,
yeets.
what he does, and I don't know if I care about who he is or what he does. Who the hell is Agent X402, dude? If you're trying to plug shit, I'm just gonna mute you. I don't know what the fuck that is, man. Morning though. Thanks for coming.
make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think you can on Twitter because Twitter fucking sucks.
Oh,
they released this new live dashboard, and I'm actually gonna show this. This is so fucking stupid. It got me so excited. I thought we were looking at something dope. I thought something cool was gonna happen. We were finally gonna have some place to house things and show people where the show is. Here is the show. We've got about 350 of you guys hanging out with us. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming. Usually we don't have that many people in the pre-market session anyway. Now I'm gonna show you the old one. All right. This is what it used to be. What is it? Producer. All they did, I thought it was gonna be something dope. We were gonna have a place to house videos, past VODs. They could go and find past episodes instead of trying to hunt down the tweet. No, that's not what it is. This is a reskin. It's a reskin and all. That's all it is. This is the prior one. This is the old producer. Here's the new one. It's just a reskin, man. Like, it's all the same analytics and everything, which is cool and all, but there's nothing else different. All they did was turn it dark mode and repackage the damn thing and broke my heart. Oh my God. I was so excited, and they just robbed that excitement from me.
I remember you tagged me in that. You're like, look. I was like, give it a month until it's work.
Yeah.
Or I think I said like 6 months. Well, it's
yeah, heartbreaking.
not even that. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, they're acting like it's like a new thing, and it's the same page, just organized differently and gray.
I went in there too after you tagged me. I was like, sweet, maybe I can do some like lives on X every once in a while. And I'm like, no, I hate the setup there. I shouldn't have to run OBS to do a stupid live on there, man. Just like, let me go live.
I kind of missed the boat on NASDAQ. They formed another stair step already. I wanted them to back test as high as the 700s, and they didn't give it to me. So now I got to wait and see if this becomes another step and test it from the bottom to get in with momentum. We're waiting again, folks. The gamma setup hasn't really shifted. We had 75.60 flip positive. Maybe that'll turn into a little bit of a roadblock to get back up to the upside. But other than that, let me take a look at 0 day. Same shit. 75.60 is the biggest positive gamma right above us. A lot of that stuff up above is starting to trail down too. If I can get a nice bounce, I'm probably going to have to join them.
I don't know why I feel like it's going to be a choppy day. I don't know why. I just got a feeling of a choppy day. Going into earnings, you got headline risk. The show
even gets going, man.
You have headline risk. Oh man, it's not fun. we want to do this NUAI, I have that pulled up.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm not jumping on anything quite yet. I'm also going to give a nice
there's
little
not.
bump on Twitter to get some folks in here to make some more flow requests. But we have that new AI and Elf from our man 50Js.
Yep. I will pop through them there, and it looks like AR too, yeah. Yeah, NUAI here, not seeing much for premiums. I mean, the last counting today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions, not seeing too much there. I do want to see come back here to the first, though, because it did have a big spike in that call premium. Let's just go back here and take a peek. And it looks like it was, oh no, that's put premium. Where's our call? Where's our call from? That guy right there. This is a very, very long dated call here. Let's go back, and it's not the cleanest looking. Let me just pop this back to the first. Yeah, so I mean, you're getting more contracts transacted at the ask, but it's a lot of, it's messy fills here, and it does look like, yeah, most of that carried over, so the position's still open, but there's just so much in here. It's so far dated, 79% out of the money. I don't get a good directional kind of vibe from that one there. And just kind of looking at today, not too much off the bat. How's our heat zones look on this guy? That 39-day out one sticks out to me. So kind of that big pricing. That's what I'm looking for there. And
I gotta quit multitasking back here, man. God damn it.
You missed a short.
Yes. Oh. All right, go ahead with new AI.
I was gonna say, I'm sure you're gonna miss a short there.
Tucker, come back and take the flow request for us so I could take these.
Well, he better bring us back something. What did you say? He was going to Oakland or something? Bring us back some donut.
Yeah, nice
like ship us some
trip
donuts
for something
or
else.
Something.
He's too damn famous for us now, dude.
I didn't know it was. Yeah,
dude, I didn't either. Tucker's dad turns out he was a banging comedian / stand-up artist / magician. Like, everybody's famous.
Never knew that.
We're two schleps from fucking Midwest, and Tucker's over here like, yeah, my dad knows all these people.
Speaking of the Midwest, too, did you die this weekend in the heat?
Yeah, but I just didn't go out, man. Our dog, one of our dogs, she's had a torn CCL, which is the dog version of the ACL in humans. And she's old enough that we opted to not do surgery. She's doing fine. Every now and again, she would have her limp and whatever. She got too rambunctious after I told her not to and hurt her other leg now. So I have to carry her up and down the stairs while she nurses that. And that didn't help. Like, you have to go outside and it's hot as shit. And then you have to carry a 60-pound dog up the stairs and it's hot as shit. But yeah, dude, I'm sick of it. And we didn't end up mowing, so now we're gonna have to do that during the week when it's even hotter.
Yeah, I mowed on Friday, and I usually mow twice a week because it gets so thick in the summer. I didn't mow twice this week. Holy shit, dude! I'm sitting here with the fucking push mower just like an inch a minute. I'm like, yeah, I need it. The thing just, I was waiting for the blade just to come off and just rip my ankles off.
We only really got into the mid 80s this weekend, honestly. Like we didn't have that 107 with 90% humidity bullshit.
Yeah.
The breeze was nice. But standing in the sun still sucked. I grilled some pork chops last night. I thought they were fucked because I underestimated how hot the charcoal got. And so I usually, what I'll do is they're like 1.5 inch thick pork chops. I'll usually do like 4 minutes each side on higher heat and then just cold side it for like 10 minutes to finish them. 4 minutes was too long on the first side. So I went out there and there was just straight char on one side of each pork chop. And so I flipped them and only did 1.5 minutes on the other side and then about 3 minutes on the cold. They turned out to be cooked perfectly. Like probably some of the best pork chops I've grilled. And so I was like, all right, that was a pleasant surprise. I thought I fucked them.
You know why you did that? It's because you're using charcoal. That is the devil's
Hank.
Stuff.
We sell propane and propane accessories.
Yeah, I don't mind charcoal. I just hate how messy it gets, man.
It dusts everywhere sometimes, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out this new era.
Yeah, let's
stop bitching about the heat
there.
and carrying dog.
The only thing I'm kind of seeing on this one is, so we're sitting in negative gamma on the weeklies, 11 days out negative
Nobody
gamma.
in Twitter clicked that link. God damn it.
Another one?
Get the fuck out of here. I hate you.
I mean, it's
a
all
Discord
bots
pump.
on Twitter now.
Get out of here.
Oh, God. Trying to go for Hood again, probably. Oh, no.
Raymond says, I took Medicalls and they paid 20%. Was in a small position, though, and exit early. Dude, 20% is not
20
early. That's a good trade. That's a good trade.
Yep. Don't get caught up in the 400%, 500%. 20% is a very good trade. Very good trade.
You stack that shit up, you got a salary, baby.
I would take 10, 20% winning trades versus waiting for one big 300%er. Easily, any day. Any day. I'd rather be consistent than hold out for hope on something like a massive gain. Yes, it can happen, but be smart. Be smart. 18 days out here. I like that 4.5 kind of getting tagged there. 25 days. It's split. I mean, it goes negative gamma, positive gamma, negative gamma, positive gamma. I like that 39 because this is our highest kind of strike here with our highest amount of dollar hedging there. This that 4 is gonna kind of, I'd keep that as an eye as some support possibly here. Absolute gamma's at 750. I mean, you're gonna need a massive pop in that stock to get up there. I kind of looking at the call walls here. You got 450, 550. Gotta get over those. Not open interest changes. Geez.
55.
This guy here. Yeah, your put walls down there at 250. So again, you're kind of in the middle here. But I mean, your net gamma does favor the call side of things more so there. Again,
I'm just looking through chat stuff, make sure we're not missing any flow reviews. I'm missing all the
you should send Tucker a bill. Send Tucker a bill. Be like, yeah, I missed a bunch of trades because of you.
Because of you, I never strayed too far from the sidewalk.
I was just gonna let you go. I was just gonna let you go on that one. AR here, yeah, just another one where what happened on Friday? Look at that big drop in bid side premium and call premium. Yeah, let's go see here. And it looks like it's gonna be. Oh man, I wonder if it's gonna be another goofy multi-leg. Look at that, it's all on that 39-day expiration. Let's see, Oh, we gotta go back to Friday. I was like, where are we? No, interesting. But there is a ton of open interest on this thing already. That does look like, I wonder if they were short. Those puts look 49 and maybe they bought some back at 37? Possibly. Oh no, that open interest actually increased. That, ooh. So we got big ask side candle here starting on the 15th. No major volume in between then. Then you got a big 25,000 banger there on the 10th. And that all carried over into today. I don't like that second candle here, just with it kind of being that goofier. Well, we start out at the bid, you get an ascending fill, but that fill's at the mid there. So you're going bid to mid side fill there. That doesn't really tell me anything. I mean, your IV does pop, but the fills to me are more important than the IV. IV is just kind of a secondary kind of piece there. Fill, I care more about the fill versus the IV, but we got earnings in 16 days too, and these overlap earnings. Yeah, I don't get a super clean read on that there. I mean, you're starting out at the bid, again, going in the mid. Your IV does rise a little, but it overlaps earnings. So it's something I probably wouldn't want to take anyways with the earnings overlap. Is this an earnings-related play? We don't know. Are they expecting something before earnings? We don't know. It might not even be related to earnings. Just a lot of variables in that flow there. Let's look at that call, though. Let's see. So all the bid side, and the bid side calls kind of concern me a little bit, too. Let's just see. Yeah, and we didn't even get that full carryover from Friday either. So look at that. You had 7,900 contracts traded there on Friday. Only 3,700 carried over. So I mean, there's something funky going on with some of these trades here. You had that previous 2,400 size there. Yeah, I don't like really any of this flow here. Yeah, just pretty messy names. I bet this 35 is kind of the same. No, that was kind of an opener there. Again, it's not clean fills. You're seeing ask, mid, and bid side there. I can't even really speculate on a direction on this one. It's kind of just all over the place on this one. Look at the heat zones though, just for some fun. Ooh, there's a lot of negative gamma on this thing here. Call walls up at 36. And yeah, just kind of look how that price respects that 36 there, at least over the last couple attempts of testing it there. It's acting as resistance here, so we're coming into that amplifying move. What do we got here? Negative gamma 34 there. So we're again, I mean, you got gamma above us, below us. This can break either way. That 39 days, a kind of goofy strike. So I mean, there's gamma on that 37 strike and 36, 33, but you got an earnings overlap there. Yeah, this is a kind of a messier one. I don't know if I'd get a clean read on anything here more so. And I mean, you're closer to that call wall, and I mean, look at all that negative gamma or the net gamma on the strikes here below us. That is bad, especially that 30 strike. What's the absolute gamma on this thing? Probably 30. No, go back here. 30. Yep. Yeah, I don't get the cleanest read on here. I'd almost rather, I mean, just look at how it respects 30 there. If we can get a move down there. Yeah, yeah, a little messier on that one there. A little messier there. All right, let's check alpha. I don't know why I keep closing all my tabs after I open them, man.
The same reason I keep missing shorts. Distracted. It's Monday.
Like, I do this even on a, like, Tuesday at 2 p.m. I'll blame Monday though.
Might be a permanent character trait at that point.
Yeah. Look at that big spike in call premium on Friday. Let's go back, take a peek. Ooh, I bet you again before we even look at it. I bet you it's multi-leg. I bet you it's multi-leg. I mean, what are the odds
pretty
that
even
you're
size on some pretty expensive contracts? Looking at some leaps.
I bet you Tucker has to shave his head if these are multi-legs. Since he's not here, somebody has to speak for him. So
all right, I'm finally short.
And make the bet there.
New low of day.
Let's go to your short.
I took a couple of tiny paper cuts getting in as I am wont to do. That's why I didn't want to talk about it till we formed this shelf. I'm probably going to take this off already. We got a new low. Buyers have been stepping in at new lows. I'm going to take that. That should have got us to about 170. It did. We're sitting at about 170 on account A, folks. Just really quick. I was looking for this shelf that they were holding, trying to hold as support to break back out to the upside. They failed that repeatedly. I got in on this green candle right here. It was a quick little 2-minute trade, give or take. My bet there was that this formed another shelf to the downside. Like I said, I was looking for way at the open. I missed it here. I missed it here. Finally got it here. This became the new shelf. Now, if you are somebody eyeballing long, you need it basically above that 603 so they can invalidate these stair steps to the downside. But this was stair step number 2. We played stair step number 3. Now I'm sitting on my hands, and I'm going to wait a bit. We went from negative 100 to about positive 170. So we are hanging out. Now I will go back to chat and see if there are any new flow requests. Since I kept missing that shit. Buenos dias, muchachos. Good morning, Big Loudy.
I'm hands off on Periscope right now for either direction.
I don't blame you. We're sitting right in the middle of that heavy negative gamma. Some of that positive above us is trimming downward again, though. Look at those prior intervals here, but so are the ones below us. 75.50 remains the line in the sand. See if buyers can push it back above. They're just chopping down into the right currently, but we'll get more.
ooh. I like some more downside there. Look what just
Ooh,
happened
this
there.
I like. All
Ooh.
right, I'm gonna go back and see if we form another step already. They already rejected. So this is the
Yeah,
this is kind of how I enter. I would have entered this one if, I hadn't gone back to chat. See how they tested the perfect bottom? I'll draw a line here, but don't let me forget to delete this or I'm going to think it's a real level. Right
Okay.
about there, that's 29,570 area is where they were trying to hold as support on that stair step we just played. They just back tested the bottom of it and rejected. That's usually my cue to take it again, but obviously we missed it, so we're hanging out. If they set a new stair step way down here, we might get a pretty good flush. I have a really wide range here, all the way down to 29,415. So got to see if buyers got some juice. I'm actually going to size it down just because I've been noticing on my dome here. Look at how these bid and asks are jumping around relative to that fill price. Look at that.
Yeah.
You're going to get slippage if you try to market order here. It is jumping around. I got to let that settle back down. Otherwise, as soon as I put a trade on, we're going to be down 10 points just by way of how it's filling. Look at that jumping around like that. You want to see the bid and the ask be aligned with that highlighted number. That highlighted number is the last fill. You're going to want those to be kind of in line with that. If it's jumping around like this and they're just filling outside of that bid and ask over and over, you're going to get some slippage if you enter. So we're waiting here. They did that same back test again. If they can't take out this wick, that's a really clean entry right off of that 570. But I'm really uncomfortable with how the dome is moving. I don't like how those are filling. So I'm going to wait. I don't want to get a shitty fill just to get my ass blown out. You feel me? Especially right after a winning trade. We'll wait a second. But it does look like we're going to get that next leg down basically right now.
Ooh. Okay, you're good.
Don't ooh. Maybe you fuck something up, brother.
It was like, I was like...
Hey, Mark, these live streams are us using the Unusual Whales platform to take live trades. And we'll do flow breakdowns in between those trades, meaning I miss most of my setups because we're doing other shit. But we just show how we use the tool in real time. Both of us have been trading for the better part of a decade. And this is just how we use the site. I won't trade without Periscope anymore. It's how I scalp futures now. And we're locked into that. But hopefully people learn a little bit about how we use the tools. We dick around a lot. If you're gonna want to be a little bit more educational with your media, we have a couple other things that we do. Right here, unusualwhales.com/office hours. Right now, you can see we're live right now. Go us. We fucking killing it. On Wednesday, kind of crosses over with the show. Snorlax UW, the OG of Unusual Whales Options Flow, does an onboarding session on Zoom. You can click that Zoom link. It'll pop open. You can add it to your calendar. You can ask questions about the platform, about options in general. Very, very beginner friendly. If you're new to the website or new to options, I recommend that over all else. And then he does a more calm, less swearing, less sex jokes, less porn spam in my chat version of Flow Reviews on Thursdays. Same place, just before Power Hour at 2:30 Eastern. So yeah, those ones will be a little bit more educational than this one, but we give little tidbits here and there. We just don't super focus on it like we should. Maybe we do a lot of fucking around. Try to.
It's a fun show. It's a morning show. Like
trader entertainment.
It's
lots of
it's a morning
around.
show. It's
lots and lots of dicking around.
But the education we provide is a lot better than some of the stuff you see online. That's all I'll leave it at.
I would agree. Plus, when we lose, you see it. So we don't do the good old fashioned I'll delete it if I'm wrong shit. I'm gonna take a little stab here on this comeback. The stop's gonna be pretty wide. This will give back quite a bit of that if wrong, but I'm banking on them trying to set this 570 as the next stair step. I will let you know when I get stopped out because this is a good bit of buy volume. We're down about 20 points right now. I'm going to let this breathe, though. Oh, it's going to sting, though. I just told him, you're going to see us lose, and then I just instantly lose one. That would be poetic.
I mean, it shows you're not lying, though.
I'm looking for them on SPX that you have on your screen there. I don't want them to get above that 7.555. Looks like they're going to here. Looks like they're gonna. Let's give this just a second. This is a nice push. Nice push on the NASDAQ. That's more buy volume we've had since the open. They might get me here. I might have been a little preemptive, and that's okay.
Oh, I mean, they're taking position. Get out of the way, black box.
All right, they got me. They got me. That's fine. Now, what they did here, folks, is they took out that prior stair step. So what I like to do when that happens is check a little bit higher in the time frame. Now, the real stop out is another 60 points up. I'm obviously not going to sit through that kind of drawdown just because the 3 minutes says they might not be breaking pattern yet. Now, what I need them to do back on my 1 minute where I scalp is I need them to get back below that prior stair step and reject from below before I'll even try to enter again. What is our gamma profile here? Yeah, they're coming right up into that heaviest positive gamma near the highs here. I'm going to keep an eye on it. That might give me another opportunity here with a little bit of a higher setup.
Yeah, if we get that 75-75, I might look for a little short there.
Yeah, and that stop out was actually a pretty good example of why I take paper cuts over letting the full range stop out. If I had taken my paper cut loss, I wouldn't have gotten back in, but that did take away our $1.70. So now we're sitting at break even. We're vibing. That's how you do. You ain't gonna win all the time. But I'm gonna make a bet right now that we end pretty decent green on account A. I'm gonna make that bet. They'll give me a new entry. Even if I have to long, if I have to break the very fabric of existence and take a long, I'll do it, man. I'll do it. But right now, no entry for me in either direction. Now, if we're going to want to try to flip bullish, I need a back test anyway. Same thing for bearish. I need it to flip and give me a back test. So now we have time for the flow reviews we keep interrupting.
Yeah, let's I'm eyeing to see if we get up to 75, see what happens there.
That'd be spicy.
I'm eyeing that.
I would feel inclined to top tick that. But
yeah,
I usually like getting confirmation first. We'll see how clean it is if they give that push. We're getting a new high a day on SPX here, though.
Yeah. Those long calls haven't even dropped off above us either. I mean, that's by far
positioning has fallen a bit.
Biggest position. Yeah,
that's about it.
Just every direction too. I mean, it's not a clean. I mean, for a very quick scalp. I mean, but you're losing positioning in both directions here. That positioning's still favoring the downside. And what's market tide doing? Ooh.
Yeah, we're getting a little bump, but it's in line.
Yeah,
it's just in line with SPY movement. So I'm not counting this call premium bounce as anything super spicy quite yet.
Yeah, puts haven't really died too bad on that pop.
Neither of them are really moving opposite yet. So I'm keeping an eye on it. Maybe they'll give me like a really good entry up here. That'd be fucking
let's get a 75 entry. Let's go up and test 75 there.
The Nazi is nowhere near high of day. So I'm wondering if they give us a nice little pullback here, or if the buyers are just going to say, hey, sellers, you're done. We're going to push on up. The dome is batshit right now. We're getting 15 points of slippage here on these fills. So honestly, until that settles down, I'm going to settle.
Might have to trade MES with me.
Nah, I am short NAS. We're up about $50 right now. I'm banking on that. Rejecting. If they hold this, I'm just going to keep my stop right above the candle they're printing now. Otherwise, we can just blow to that high of day to match SPX. Keeping an eye on it. I will lose like $40 if I'm wrong. All right, here we go. I'm about to take this off already. This is the back test I was talking about to potentially long. I'm uncomfortable with long, so I'm just going to take my profit there. That should have gotten us back up a decent amount. Up about $70 here. I'll take that. Now I'm waiting. It looks kind of like they might try to form support here above that shelf we were shorting. I'm going to wait now to see if they take it out to get short again, or if the buyers are just going to say, fuck you sellers, it's our turn. Very possible. But this is the kind of thing I like to see to catch a reversal rejection, and that's what we just traded. But we already got the target right about there. 600s even, give or take, is the top of that shelf we were shorting. Look for that to be more of a support to the upside, unless we just knife right back through it.
There's a nasty candle for you. A little nasty drop there for you.
Oh, I'm not going to use it as support. That's just what longs need to look at. I don't long much, y'all. That's why I made the break the fabric of reality and take a long joke. I'm bad at longs. But where I would consider longs is where I tend to target for my shorts, and we're right on top of that shelf now. If they kick out the chair here, I'm going to get a back test of those 570s from below and take the exact same trade we took earlier for about 40 points. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Otherwise, Oh, are you sitting in a long? You risky bastard.
Yeah, and that stupid candle. I got that big red candle right when I got in that long. Big surprise. But I like us testing that 75.60 there. They are building up slightly above us there, and it's dropping off. So I'm in that long there, and I'm just being patient.
I don't hate it. And I like the stop too. Technically, the real stop that I would use would be below that low, but that's a little wider and it might sting a bit. So I like where your stop is now. That was that support they tried to hold on to and springboarded off of in pre-market. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. What you want to see is you want that drop we just had to form the same pattern we formed off the bottom to be a stair step to the upside, the opposite of the pattern that I short over and over again.
That's funny. I'm kind of happy you weren't watching that candle, because right when I got in, I was just chopping, and then oop, there's a nice little drop. I was like,
Nasdaq's trying to hold on to that shelf. Let's see what they do here. I'm not confident enough in the setup to go counter you here, so that could say something. I wouldn't short quite yet. We're still 60 points below where I caught the last short, and that back test would be painful, so I'm not going to do that. I could see like taking a 20-point stop out short here, but looks like when it tests those 570s on the NAS from above. You've got your risk set though. You're managed.
Yeah, I like seeing the positioning drop off, and it's slightly building up above us here. I like seeing that. It's just gotta get that pop there. It's gonna, what's gonna happen. It's gonna wick me out, and we're gonna move. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, typically I've trained myself not to keep my stops close like this. I've been wicked out so much.
I keep these like tiny paper cut stop outs.
I'm hoping we bounce off our VWAP and EMAs here and just get a new high a day. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful here.
I'm sweaty. It's so hot. It's not even hot out yet. I'm just fucking hot in here, man.
I don't even know what it is here.
Wipe away these 50 million fucking notifications. What the hell? Shut up, people. Monday, go to bed.
I mean, this is my final kind of spot of support right here, 75.50.
It is. I am wishing I held on to that short.
A little bit. I'm just going to move this down just a teeny bit. I don't want to get wicked. I'll manually kind of flatten that. If we close below that VWAP here on the 1 minute, I'll probably get out. We'll see.
A good example of managing risk right here, folks. He's not paper handing his trade, but once it goes counter him, I'm sure he will fuck right off.
Yeah, and
losses
I only
are
move
fine if they're managed losses.
Yeah, and my stop. This won't be my stop. I'll make a decision in this area. I just don't want to get wicked out. That's my thing there.
They are not giving me a clean entry on the NAS, so I'm just waiting and hoping they bounce so I can get short and so you can get some profit off of your long.
Yeah, let's get a nice new high of the day.
Limbo.
Yeah, let's get a high. Market tide any improvement. I don't like the market tide still dropping a little bit there. That's a little.
Yeah, they're turning that 75.60 into the 75.50. It looks like. Watch them just range this 10 points here for the next
call
hour.
Premiums are kind of picking up on SPY. I like seeing that a little bit. Let's just get a little. I mean, if we go and retest that new high or the high of the day, I'll be fine with that, and could get a range for most of the day. That'd be kind of cool.
I want 75.60 at least to test on SPX before I try to short it. They're not gonna let me in. Pop so Anthony gets some coin and I can play too.
And you can short.
This is kind of looking like if this can hold, you might be good to go. Because that spot that I talked about to test that we shorted to, that's those 570s. If this can round out the bottom, you'll have another stair step off of the low of day. So let's see what they can do here. I want I want that long to print.
They're not building up below, which is kind of good, and we're holding that 550. So I mean, I'm just let's get a pop here. Let's get a pop here. I'm holding it a little longer than I'd like, but I like the setup up right now. Just give me. Let's get some news. Let's get a news candle and just be to the up.
We will get to your flow requests. Don't worry, folks. Anthony is currently in a trade. He's managing, keeping her safe. He's not going to let that risk get too wide.
Chopping.
I like that they're holding that same pattern for you, though.
Yeah, I'm hoping it
looks like the Nas is going to hang on to that 570 here. See if they can take out that last 3-minute candle and give you some momentum to the upside and let me play as well.
Oh,
if I wasn't such a coward with longs, I'd long this with you.
You'd take it with me?
Yeah.
Well, you'd be taking it better than me, actually. So.
Because it kind of looks like that spot that I mentioned on the NASDAQ anyway, right here, holding support at those 570s is starting to look like that stair step to the opposite direction. If I was a gambling man, I would want it to test way up to the 640s or better to even try to short again, but this is starting to look a little more bullish than it did before. Not that we're going to break out, but that if they can keep this rounded bottom here, that's a stair step up. I want them to give it to you.
Yeah, let's just,
or it'll just bear flag and absolutely gape.
Oh, or we'll just chop here for the whole show.
Yeah, you just sit in the same trade for an hour and a half.
God, dude, that's happened to me the last 3 sessions. Like at least one trade I've been stuck in for 40-45 minutes. I'm like, I still have that 0-day mentality of contracts expiring. I'm just like, move, just hurry up and move.
Do something.
Okay, come on, let's keep
Keep those tickers and contracts coming, homies. Once he's out of this trade, we will do more flow review. Win or lose, though, you guys are going to see it all. Don't you worry.
Ooh, it's slightly building up down there. Slightly little build up there, but nothing too bad. Let's just get up here. Let's get at least break even. Come on.
The Nazi's looking okay.
Any
that
changes
does
in
look
tide.
like we formed that stair step. Back tests can't go below that 560 or it's going to invalidate that stair step. But I'm keeping an eye on it. I wouldn't short here.
Okay.
If you're good at longs and you're comfortable with them, you're probably already in the same trade Anthony is because the setup is there. Now let's see if Trump says that the ceasefire's fucked again like last week.
No. Let's just have, let's have a tweet. Hey, we're all having world peace and we're never going to drop bombs again.
Dude, that'd be dope.
On anybody. Dude, we'd be at 10,000 in 2 seconds.
A world where America doesn't drop bombs sounds like the biggest myth of all time.
I'm just going to move this up slightly just to get ready. Yeah, I had on Wednesday last week, I was trailing something into close here, and I tried to pull my stop up and I pulled the chart up and I missed my pop.
If you wanted to, you could probably move your stop to that bottom they just formed off of that back test.
Right there.
Because if they take that out, it invalidates the stair step up. For the NASDAQ, that's 100 points down, so it's not something I'm going to take here.
We're getting there. We're
Do
getting
not
there.
flatten it at break even.
I won't. I will not.
Let's see what they do. You can start trailing, I think, if they can take that out. But you got your risk managed. You got your risk set. NASDAQ's looking okay. I need them to take out that 664, about 30 points above us to keep this bullish going. We are seeing that gamma still moving down though, so keep it managed. I like the idea of trailing to some of these wicks they printed. So you're in a good spot, I think. What'll be that? About 11 points if they take you out here, and then you can always get back in. The way it opened below that last 1 minute isn't ideal. But I'm keeping an eye on it.
I don't like that one right there. Let's hold the EMA here. Oh, that's an ugly candle.
Yeah,
could have been the other way, could it? Couldn't have been. Yeah.
I shorted, and I kind of hope I get stopped out. I put it right above that candle we just closed. Literally the opposite of the one you're in with the same pattern. I'm banking on it not going above that candle it just printed. I don't want you to lose, but I'm taking a stab at it. I'll lose about 20 points on this if I'm wrong. And honestly, dude, it's your turn, so I hope I'm wrong. It is your turn.
Hey,
you got Trump tweet yeeted last week. I want some success for my boy Anthony.
That was bad.
Our boy got news candled. One of the risks of trading. Good old fashioned headline risk.
What do we got going on? Yeah, we're bouncing
Oh, they
between the
might take me
positive
out.
gamma here.
I think they might give it to you, buddy. I'm actually flattening this preemptively. I took a $40 hit on that. $40. That wick
should've
is
held
in
it.
your favor. That wick is in your favor.
I'm just going to trail up a little bit here just to kind of manage some of that risk.
I don't
there.
hate it. Let's take out that last peak. They said it's 76.10 on the MES. That candle's in your favor.
Let's keep
And
it
that
going.
is why I stopped out early. My stop was going to be way the fuck up here, but the way they're rounding this almost seems like it's doing a cup and handle or forming another stair step way higher than I anticipated. My pattern got invalidated well before they hit my stop, so I took it off. That's fine. Example of my paper cuts.
Let me put a geez, Monday morning brain here. Let me put a sell stop on here. No buy stop. Geez, man,
You did it wrong again too. You got to do a sell limit up there.
Oh my god, sell. Okay,
you'll get there.
There we go. I knew I was like Monday morning brain there. No, I'm gonna set that here. Let's see if we can get nice, just a big wick and take that kind of for me there. That'd be wonderful.
Take a look
see
at
what's Periscope
gamma.
looking. Ooh, I like
Same
that kind of build up at
situation.
75.70.
Yep. That's good to see.
Let's get some acceleration. Let's get some acceleration up.
They still got to get above that 75.60 hump. We're coming up into the 0-day straddle. Let's give it to him. Let's give it to him. I want a new high a day on SPX for our boy Anthony. I'm already out of that short. They invalidated my shit well before my stop, so that's fine. I'd rather lose 40 than 140.
To this candle there. Just trying to manage some of that risk there. Let's get a little pop here.
For those wondering, right here in SPX, this is the line in the sand. He needs this to get over to potentially give some acceleration through that negative gamma. Whereas for me, I'm looking at a rejection just before high of day, but I would like for him to get his high of day, personally. Nasdaq's got a ways to go. Nasdaq has a ways to go. Nasdaq is still 90 points away from high of day. I want it higher before I try to short again. If I don't get it, that's okay, but I would rather they do it. Both so I can get in and so Anthony can take a little penny.
I don't like how we didn't get through that 75.60 there, but we still got positive gamma kind of growing above us there. Gotta get through that. Gotta get to this negative gamma here. Gotta get to that negative gamma pocket right there. That's what I'm looking for there. It's trying. See where this candle finishes though. Let's get another little pop there. Oh, listen, this is what happens when we're both in a...
Yeah, it's just fucking silence. I'm waiting for a clean entry. Anthony's waiting for the move he wants. This is what happens, man. A lot of trading is waiting, whether you're in one or waiting to get in one. It just is what it is for these 0-day scalps.
I like seeing that positive gamma kind of drop a little bit there. Come on, let's get to that negative gamma a little bit there. It's growing above us there. I like it, but we just need to get some... Somebody needs to poke the thing with a stick. I don't like that starting to kind of... Yeah, I don't like that starting to curl over there.
I short... Oh, fuck! What just happened?
What happened? Another one? Are you serious?
Holy shit, dude. I caught it.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Bro,
I just got...
handled
So, real
twice.
quick, I'm going to show the P&L. We talked about... Oh, it won't even... That moves so fast, I can't cancel my stop. All right, thank God.
I'm scared to see what it did to me. Only 81.
Okay, not bad. You didn't get slippage. I got slippage to my benefit there. I'm just going to actually... You're going to see a couple of my paper cut losses that I take. I get in and out really fast. That's why I'm very firm that you don't shadow trade, because you might not even hear me say I'm in before I'm out due to the delay. But I'm going to show you slippage to your benefit, and this doesn't happen like ever. P&L off of that trade. Oh, wow, dude. No, it wasn't to my benefit. So I wish... Oh, I can go back, I guess, in the live feed. Fuck it. I'll talk about it anyway. So what happened here is I got in on this candle, banked on it not taking out this high. My target was here. at 596, give or take, right at the top of this shelf of the W pattern they were forming. My order didn't fill there. It was showing me at plus $450 when I flattened, and then it must have bounced just in time to get to my original profit take, because that's about how much I made. But my slippage went all the way through my profit target, and it never filled. Usually that happens on the other side against you when you get slippage like that. That was a good trade. It just didn't print the way I wanted it to. That was cool. Bummer. But it was really cool to see slippage to your benefit, because usually when you get slippage hit like that, it is not to your benefit, man. Well, now I'm just waiting for that same back test. Too bad the slippage didn't work in my favor like I thought it did. It basically bounced right back to my profit take. But hey, we're vibing.
Too bad the news candle didn't work in my favor.
I got to see what that was. I got to get better at checking it right away. Because, like, especially on the Unusual Whales Twitter, I'm usually the first one to see this shit because I'm watching tick by tick on futures.
They're reinstating the Iranian blockade there.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
All right, yep, lovely.
Does he, like, watch the show or something? Because
Anthony's in on get him
or something.
We got all the way down on that candle. All the way down there, really close to that 75.25 positive gamma level we were looking at earlier. They bounced right off of 75.30. I'm gonna be looking for another short off of this.
Yeah,
if buyers can't come in with the thickness of volume, yeah, these volume candles on the 1 minute are much smaller than that sell volume. Ideally they'd test all the way up to 630s for me, but I'm eyeballing a new entry. Let's take a breather. We got news candled.
Yeah,
we got news candled. Let's call it break even, since you were on the other side of the trade when we news candled and I was on the right side of it when we news candled. We'll call that break even between the accounts. Let's look at SNDK from half an hour ago. Dude, you sat in that for so long. That is, dude, every time you're ready to go, you get news candled.
And it's so frustrating when that happens. I doesn't look like this one's gonna want to come up though, because I think market put premium spiked on that there too.
All right, while you start in on SNDK, my coffee's almost gone. I'm gonna go get myself an ice cold Mountain Dew Zero. Give me that citrus wake up.
Have fun. All right.
I'm just so folks know, I'm gonna be in this trade while I'm gone. I suspect it'll stop me out because it's a little bit of a greedy entry. And when I come back, we'll see what happened to me. I'll be right back.
Let's do SNDK here. So the 9th and 10th had some good ask side call premium here. I just want to kind of look at the 10th here, see what kind of stuck up there. Looks like whatever did probably expired. And then how about the 9th? Looks like most of that's expired there. Maybe not this one. Let's take a peek here. Ooh, 11 days. They had a good little pop there for a while, but now they're down significantly today. Pretty pricey contract overall anyways. Not much for today. Yeah, everything's kind of split today here. When do we have earnings on this? 8.5, so about a couple weeks. Let's check out our heat zone here. Ooh, a lot of negative gamma on the weekly here, and a lot of that negative gamma is kind of below us. We are down about 10% today, so kind of add that, 172 to the 1744 there. You're at about, 1860 there. Look where all that gamma was positioned below us. We're just chugging through that negative gamma there, amplifying that move there. But yeah, that's really the only expiration with anything interesting on it. I'm not seeing too much flow wise, but that heat zone, I mean, we absolutely, not that one there, 4 days out, we absolutely dropped heavy through that there. So that's working out in our favor here right now. Absolute gamma at 1650. So yeah, still below us there too. Yeah, I would not be looking to kind of long something right now. There's not really any positive gamma up there and no flow to really back that up either. Yeah, so not too much there on SNDK. I don't know if anything's really hitting my feed right now. I gotta go take a peek. Let's see. Marvell, so some earnings stuff there. Ooh, XOM calls getting slapped here for 1/21/2028. pretty long dated there.
Oh,
Pretty
look, we're in the
long
exact
dated.
same spot we were when I left, and literally nothing happened.
Yeah, you're getting a nice bear flag forming though.
I hope so. My stop is above that shelf. But there's a couple of re-entry spots for me above. I keep my stops tight, like I said earlier. If they get me, they get me. It looks like they're about to. Take about a $50 hit if they do. Oh, they got close. They got close.
Oh,
they got close.
Nice... Look at the big whale here on XOM. I wish I was patient enough to sit in something like this, but 1/21/2028, that's very, very far dated.
Oh, they got
very, very far dated.
All right, back to waiting. I am 3 for 5 this morning, and we are up a whopping $50 off of it. Like I said when I left, that was a bit of a greedy entry. The entry was a little bit higher, and they still might do this W pattern. Just with a really deep news candle, ass kicking. If this plays out identically to identically the last week when you got whooped by slippage, it's gonna be funny. You're gonna be mad, but it's gonna be funny.
I am gonna take I was gonna say I am taking along here. I'm chasing it a little bit there, but I like them building up again up there, so I'm sitting in that. Let's put a buy stop. No, geez, there I go again. Jeez.
You'll add to your position up there.
Yes. Sell stop it. I need my sell limit. There we go.
There you go.
All right,
let's get him a few shekels back.
All right.
NASDAQ just took out that shelf. Let's do it on ES. Let's do it for my boy. Let's do it for Johnny.
Let's let's just recover the whole move in about a second here. Like, let's just see here. Yeah, they're building up there. Let's get that move. Come on, let's go test that new high day and at least get rid of this loss. Dog is going crazy upstairs right now.
Someone's like breaking and entering right now while you're in a trade just to make matters worse. You're gonna have to fight someone off while you manage your trade.
That's okay. All right, well, let's see. So we're down about 50 on the day. Let's get to a new high a day here, and then we could at least erase some of that loss there.
Nazzie's got a long way to go for high a day.
I am watching that 75
the overnight session.
Got about 8 points, so we get to some positive gamma though. So I'm just kind of eyeing that there. I'm gonna set this maybe just slightly above that shelf there, just to see if we can take that out. Oh, please don't reject here. Let's keep popping there.
This is the exciting part where we wait to see what happens.
Probably another news candle. Another news candle. I am going to adjust it.
Swimmable Toast on Twitch. Is this the same Unusual Whales as the Twitter account? You're damn right, homie. I'm Nicholas. I'm the guy you've probably seen do those FOMC panels with our good old man Jem Carson, with Joseph Wang. A lot of other folks come in, like Martin Peltier.
I am going.
This show started back in November, and we are going strong, baby.
Got about 7 points to get to that positive gamma there. It's dropping off a little bit up there. I'm going to flatten this, and we can re-enter. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to get rid of half of that loss there. So we're down. We've erased about half of that loss there just on that one little trade.
We're vibing.
Would have been nice if we would have did that there, but news candle makes it fun. So we'll see. I just don't like. I just don't like us coming. I just don't like us coming into that positive gamma and it's building up.
Ooh, look at that.
Ooh, that dropped us off significantly. Oh yeah, I should have stayed in that shit. We're all building up here. Yeah,
I don't hate it though. I like the managing of risk. Sometimes smaller loss better than loss that's deep. You don't have to. You don't got to hit a home run after a loss. If you chip away at that shit, we're vibing.
I think we're gonna hold this 55. I'm snagging in one more time. I'm going for it. Let's do a sell limit up here.
It's taking
risks. Let's pop this up here. I like seeing that negative gamma growing here. I like seeing that positive gamma growing. Now yes, it's growing slightly above us, but I like that 55 growing. I hoping it holds a support here, and I like seeing that downside positioning drop off here. That's kind of my read on it right now. Oh no.
It'll probably get me. I'll take about 14 points of loss here. I'm doing the exact same pattern I tried earlier when we got that news candle. This 554 isn't my target, folks. If this goes my way, my target's up at 590, but it looks like they're going to take me out right here for a couple of $20 or so. That's just in case we get another fucking steep drop like that. I want to catch this
another news candle.
Yeah, I will manually flatten this if it goes my way, though. This looks like it might be basing for you on top of that last shelf. Honestly, I want you to win this one. I've gotten a couple of good trades off this morning. It's Anthony's turn.
I'm 1 for 2 technically. Technically 1 for 2. Just blasted on one of those stupid candles. That's it.
Yeah, this looks like it's gonna come up on me. I'll eat a $30 loss here if I'm wrong, but Anthony will get a little something back. Yep, they're gonna get me right here. This is gonna do it. Yep, there we go. All right, let's go back to Anthony's screen. Let's see what we're doing.
Yeah, let's move her up.
Give him
just
the
chopping.
push.
Just
NASDAQ already took out the shoulder of the W, and ES has some ways to go, so I like where you're at.
Building up,
Yep, you're giving
building
that
up. We're
push.
coming into that positive gamma, so I'm going to
Keep an
kind
eye.
of watch this. I may just adjust up. No, not yet. I want to see where this candle closes. I'd like to adjust up to the bottom of this
Dude,
candle if we can get a move up
it's
there.
hard getting used to that 1 minute because it feels like forever, even though it is like the lowest time frame you can get without paying extra money to get the 15 and 30 second. And you're forcing yourself to be patient for something that really isn't long at all, but it feels so long.
I know. The 10 minutes, like I can't even fathom going back and trading with 10-minute time frames. Like,
yeah, I'll chart
All right.
10-minute to 15-minute if I'm trading like a weekly. You know, I'm swinging an
I'm gonna
option.
adjust up to the bottom of that candle there.
I
so
think it's
let's
got
keep it going
a
up.
little juice here. Let's see what they do for him.
We'll put it at that candle. We'll cut into that loss a little bit. If it hits, it hits, and then we'll take a peek at some flow.
Yeah, we have a good bank of flow requests building up. But NASDAQ looks like it's gonna push.
We're
NASDAQ's coming up on high a day finally.
It got me. That's okay. We're
No,
only
you'll
down
take it,
20.
dude.
We're down $23 now from
That's a
the
win.
$80
That's
loss.
a win.
And I don't see, like, this is where you got to kind of not let something get you down. You can't avoid this. You can't avoid a
There's nothing you
drop
can do
like
about
that. You can't do anything about that. That's just unlucky. Just unlucky if it's something like that.
Two times in a row, by the way.
Yeah, back
Twice
to back
in a
ones.
row, you got Trump tweet yeeted. Oh, the Trump
not in my
gods hate
favor either.
Anthony, man. What did you do? What
Not
did
in
you
my
do?
favor. I'm just looking through the news here. Let's see. Yeah.
As he
just
got
straight up
so
Hormuz
close to
stuff.
finally taking out that high. 726 is where they rejected. The high is 746 from pre-market. Nazi got so close. Let's see if they reject. I would like them to reject. I want to take another downside play. I'm watching this current 1 minute candle. But let's do flow. I'll shut the hell up on my trades if I take any extras. Got a good chunk back from that loss. Basically back to break even. So that is a hell of a good morning already.
Yeah.
Chipping away at losses feels just like a win because it is. Small losses are wins, and I'll die on that hill. All right, I'm going to flip this over. Who is our next flow request? What the hell were we looking at last?
We did SNDK.
All right,
so
dope. So we looked at 50
caught-
J's last. I'm going to drop in the BTS a contract we got from our homie Udit Patel, Shaq 63C weeklies.
Ooh.
I don't know what the hell that is. What is that? Shack with a K, is that
Shake
the budget
Shack?
friendly?
Shake Shack? No.
Is that
Is it Shake Shack? It is Shake
it is
Shack.
Shake Shack. The one in our
Ooh.
area. No, we had a Steak and Shake that got caught with fucking maggots in their ice cream machine. That's so fucked. No, that was
Shit,
Steak and
there's-
Shack, not Steak and Shack. Jesus Christ, that was Steak and Shake, not Steak Shack.
So they're so it's so confusing. Like, bro, pick a name. Like, can we pick a name that's
All right, let's
not
look at
similar
these
to everything else?
Shake Shacks.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, don't round that
65.
bottom. I did take that short. But I'll let you know. I'll shut the hell up. I'll talk about it when it's done. I'm up decent now, but it's not time. Shake Shack.
Yeah, these 3% out of the money, 4 days. They're up now, 65, trading at 92. So I wouldn't chase this flow. I don't know when the request was, probably an hour and a half ago, but
No, it was about 10 minutes ago. We're fine.
Okay.
I did see all your other flow requests from earlier as well. I just prioritized this one because it's a direct contract. We will get to those, I promise. Don't you worry.
Yeah, let's go in here and take a peek. Yeah, look when that flow started to come in here at that 912. Massive spike in that IV. Spots filling. It's a really wide bid-ask spread there. You got 25 to 80 cents. I mean, just off the bat, I would have, be careful with that spread. Don't just hit the ask, because you would.
Even, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that's good. That's good. Yeah, good big spike in the IV when it came in. That spot's filling, more on that ask side there. I, again, just kind of would have been cautious with that bid ask on there. You don't want to just hit the ask, because if you're trading heavy size, it's going to really hurt if, you hit that 80 and it's giving you a price of like, 65, 70 there. It's going to hurt. But yeah, I mean, I would probably read these as buy to open there, short dated. Obviously would want kind of a tight stop on something like that. And then I want to see how else that. So there's your small candle. But yeah, your big size is that one there. Then you had kind of a little smaller volume come in after. Let's just see what that, anything showing us this. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really anything. I wonder what they have for news today. I mean, I'm guessing there's probably news if we're up almost 4.5%. Let's see. I'll go look at the heat zone here quick. Yeah, I mean, all you're into that heavy positive gamma right now. So again, we were up. So again, just kind of think to where we were here. Price is trading at 59.47-ish here at open. Let's go back here, 59.47-ish. Your heavy positive gamma 60, 61, 57. So that heaviest is at that 60. What happened when we got to that 60? I just want to take a peek. Look what still happened. So yes, we got through it, but look what happened when we got to 60. You're seeing that resistance there. So yes, positive gamma can act as a magnet, but once price gets there, dealers are going to sell into that strength there, and you can see it just kind of struggling at 60 there for a little bit, a little drawdown, and then off to the races there. So yeah, I mean, that heat zone's playing out perfect for this one so far. Yeah, and look at that put wall too. I mean, we have just sat in that support there for, since the beginning of June there. So it's looking like a decent little support area. I don't know if there's news on it. I don't see anything here without going on Google. I don't see anything new there. Yeah, interesting name there. Yeah, that flow though, it would have been just that bid ask spread kind of throwing me off. But other than that, I think it looked pretty good there. So let's see. Let's clean that. I'm happy I got out of that long there.
Yeah, nice little rejection. I'm still in part of this short. I'm probably going to flatten on this candle. Yeah, take that.
Hey, speaking of SNDK, whoever that was asking about that 3 hours ago.
That was our man 50Js.
50Js for you. The 717-1320 put just hit the tape here. Definitely an opener, 700 contracts against 114. We know it's an opener. Put premiums are still trying to climb up. A lot of heavy negative net volume. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, nice spike in that IV on these here. Spot is filling at the ask. Little drop there, but it's under cent. Oh, look at that spread though. Dollar spread. That's when it gets a little wide for me. I get a little cautious on that stuff. I mean, the flow doesn't look bad here at all. I would probably, these trailers here are kind of, we don't know if they're related. I'm gonna go out on a limb and probably assume they could be here. Now your fills are a little goofy in there. It's already a really wide bid ask spread. They're short dated. The stock's down 8% on the day. Like, I not the best feeling. And then if these are truly related to this, again, we can't confirm it, but I'm assuming just with the little open interest on this name, you get an IV drop, then it rises. You get a big drop in that spot. It's a little iffy on that flow there for me. And yeah, just you're down 8% on the day there too. I just don't like that wide bid ask spread. Kind of just makes it unappetizing at first. Anyways, I don't. I mean, 5-6 cents between a bid ask spread is fine, but $1 on weeklies that can hurt, and they're 25% out of the money. Just let's do one more quick look at this one here. Like if we look at the Greeks on this thing, I bet you the theta is very, very heavy on these. Yeah, look at the theta on that thing. Yes, the delta's smaller, but SNDK here can move. Just let's pop. Get back to the main thing. Jeez, man, just all over the place. SNDK, like we're moving 152 points in a day, so that delta. Jeez, man, I got all my stupid tabs. So I mean that delta's small, but that 4-cent delta there for a 125 point move is pretty big. But yeah, look at that theta. I would not want to swing these overnight because I mean these things are gonna, barring another big kind of move down there, they're gonna get really ate up by theta, and you're already down kind of 8% on the day. So you want to chase something down 8% on the day. Like if you really like the flow, like if I see flow like that, I might try to play it as like a momentum for the day, but I would not want to swing that. I would not want to swing something like that.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Especially on this. I mean, yes, it can move, but you're gonna need a pretty big day to kind of do anything with that flow. You think hitting my tape? My tape's been pretty quiet besides those super long XOM calls.
My main interval flow filter has been pretty quiet until the end of the week, but then it's a lot of useless shit. It's been pretty low activity for my filters the last 2 weeks or so.
These XOMs could be a little interesting. So I mean, this bid ask spread, for example, like it's still kind of a wide bid ask spread, but it's not $1 between the bid and the ask, which is just massive. I like that IV spike when it comes in. Spot is filling at the ask here. IV stays up. I'd almost look at these as buy to open here, and especially with everything going on too right now, it doesn't seem like
whatever
any relief is going to come from anything. I mean, there is that headline risk though, where we have another ceasefire or something, like
that's won the war again. But 50th time's the charm.
Hey, you can't win 50 if you don't start 50.
Right.
I'm gonna keep these XOMs on my radar. We can come back Friday and look. Obviously, this is heavily related to any news with the Strait and all that stuff. So, heavily influenced macro-wise there. But I like the tape. I like the tape alone.
You're gonna run a marathon, you gotta put duct tape on your nipples.
Alright, let's see here. Let me pop this into our chat. I always click the Unusual Whales Discord instead of the WhaleWatch one, and I'm just like, why? Every single time.
Ours has the maid outfit on. Come on. Should be pretty distinguishable.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is my tape today. Look at that. Just ugly spread.
Yeah, between anything playable.
0-day put. Oh, I bet that AMD put printed. No.
Oh wow. Shit. Ouch.
See that's I mean, this is why I don't take that flow,
Hopefully,
I
bro,
like to let that
shorted.
flow.
Damn.
Let's see. I want to see if we can find that. Oh yeah, look at that big IV drop there. 520 spots or price is kind of down a little bit there too, but I mean it. I don't like that IV drop, so I mean that kind of would have held me off anyways, but that's
After this AMD, we've got a Microsoft request as well.
cool.
So that works out. Yeah, great eBay. That was Trump news again, brother.
Yeah, again.
If you see a candle like that, I think for the next 2 years or so, you can just assume that it was Trump news again. I think that's a safe bet.
Frustrating, man. Frustrating. Especially when you had the correct, because I have a feeling without that news candle, we would have still saw little uppers there. It seemed like
the setup was sound. I liked the set. It was exactly the same as last week, dude. You had the right read, and it's still printed just after a 100-point turnaround, real quick. Isn't headline risk fun, folks?
Yeah,
I did catch a little bit of a short off of that rejection. It looks like they might try to set another stair step to the upside on the NASDAQ here, though. But we are back green after that wide stop out that I took. So we're chilling. Anthony got most of his loss back from the news candle. Yeah. We're back green. $23. Back green on my account. I count that as a dub of a day. When you go from red to green, you don't have to keep pushing. That counts as a win. When you go from deep red to just kind of red, you don't have to keep pushing. That's still a dub. I say this as if that isn't one of my biggest struggles with trading even now. That I want more. That thing will echo in your brain. And if you want some tips and tricks on how to manage that a little bit for yourself, last Wednesday's episode was a heater. I'll be releasing a cleaned up version of just that guest spot where we talk psychology and how it applies to not only trading, but your life as a whole. Really good episode. Probably my favorite episode we've done. This short is working for me too. I'm just sitting in it still. Like, I'm going to let this stop me out or go. This is another stab at it. I'm going to try to see if I can't get back down to my 570s that held as support or get stopped out. But I will keep you posted on that.
I like your short. Look at all that positioning upside, just dropping off.
This is this right here is a continuation. I already caught the first one. Now I'm in a second one. I want it to continue on down. We're just about at support though, so I might take it off.
Yeah, you're coming into some positive gamma here between 35 to 25 there. But yeah, below that, I mean, you don't have much until you get to that spread down there.
Yeah, I'm going to see what we do. We're back to positive 130, 140. We are getting right on top of support for the NASDAQ. If they flush this, I'm getting that full 570. If this candle wicks too hard, I'm just going to flatten it and take my bucks. I'll take a couple bucks. All right, let's see. I want it to not clear this right here, these 630s. I want it to reject that, so this forms a teeny little stair step down. I might even put my profit take a little above it for the just in case. That'll only be like $60 out of this 160, but the risk to reward is there for me. I'll keep you all posted. If they get me, they get me, and then I'll do it again right after that.
Still dropping, and that positive gamma's dropping here too. That
all right, they got it. I'll take that $80. We're fine. This has been a good morning. It's been exciting.
Yeah,
definitely one of our lower win rate days, but yep, they're doing exactly why I moved that stop, folks, right here. Another stair step right there to the upside off of, if you recall, we were talking earlier about that shelf becoming support. Shelf one right there to the downside. That was resistance. They conquered it to set that new high. Ooh, why did that stay clicked? And right here, we just back tested it and held it perfectly. So I got out on this candle just like I said I would. I'm going to leave that on. Don't let me forget to delete these two levels, by the way. 602, 568. Those aren't long-term levels for me. I don't want to leave them there and forget about it and then think that they are. Because I'm stupid, and I will think that they are. And then I'll try to play them and get absolutely blown up because they weren't real. We're hanging out, baby.
Yeah.
But hey, we both went from red to barely red. That's a win. I'm going to sit on my hands for a little bit here, see if I can get another clean setup, take us green, because I said I bet we end green. We haven't yet. That 815 bar boof capital, that was another Trump tweet. And just to be clear, Swimmable Toast, I am not the whale. I'm not the founder. I'm just the interview guy. I'm just the face. A face in a very, very, very loud voice.
Yeah, I still like that downside. Look at all that positioning just dropping off up here.
Mm-hmm.
That's positive gamma has to drop off a little bit here for me, though.
Yeah, the 75.25 was non-existent, and we've got some positive buildup there. I don't know if I'm forming these as targets now, though, because the overall structure, even though it's a lot slower now, we were trading these stair steps to the downside earlier. Now they're forming them to the upside, right at these key levels that we shorted off of. So earlier we want to short off of the 602 back test right here. And then Anthony got a long off of the 570 back test that he won on. I caught the short to back test 602. We held it like crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to leg back up into this, just forming these little boing, 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 slowly and surely higher to the right. But these back tests are pretty wide. The dome still isn't clean. They're not feeling very organized. I'm just going to wait. We can do some more flow.
Yeah, I'm looking, hey, PayPal calls came in. I actually had a bullish read going into PayPal.
After PayPal, we got
today
CoreWeave as well.
PayPal, these overlap earnings by 3 days, especially when it's that, that weekly expiration on earnings. I kind of lean that's probably an earnings bet. Then that's just kind of how I do that one there. I'm gonna save this there. I do want to show you that kind of bullish read I had on PayPal, though. Yeah. We forgot to do that heat zone read pre-market. Oopsies doopsies.
Nah, we're always on task. We always, every single time stick to the topic at hand, and we don't forget to do anything.
Just save this guy here. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe one day. PayPal, I had a good heat zone read going into today here. Absolute gamma 50 is going to act as your strongest pin. 4 days out, look at where all that positive gamma is up there. 47.5, 50, 48. We did open a little higher, though, than I'd like. We opened up at that 47.38, and we got close to that 47.50, and look what kind of happened. A little resistance there. I mean, it's starting to kind of turn up a little bit there, but I like seeing that ask side call premium come in there. There I'm closing the tabs that I don't want to close yet. Again, I need to just like put a child lock on or something. This let's go back here. This also had, nope, wasn't that. I think it was just a heat zone on that one there. Oh, they are just slapping calls on this one, especially short dated. Obviously, that volume's a lot lighter than that open interest, so it's nothing can be confirmed as opening, especially, yeah, that's just kind of messy anyways. Let's just see that 18-day. Yeah, this is one that overlaps earnings. That flow does not look bad, though. I probably could be trying to chase that momentum there, but I just want to take a peek at it. I mean, you get a spike in that IV spot to fill out the ask. It's just that earnings overlap on that one there for me. But I like that kind of setup, and just combining that with the heat zone read, I like that one. Tesla was another one that I kind of liked going into this week here. All right, I know you wanted me to check Microsoft. I know that's one. I don't know if that's going to be the next one that you're going to have me do, but
sure.
I've got her up, so let's do Microsoft here. 14 days.
Micro hard. I
Micro
caught that short.
nothing.
We are back up about $200 on the 250. Oh, okay. This is going for me nice. I'm going
There
to
you
flash on
go.
screen quick. I'll take that all day, every day. Got a little bit more out of that than I anticipated. We're right on my profit take. I'm going to see if we can flush it, though. They bounce this hard. I'm just going to flatten manually, and we'll probably just be done for the morning unless a really clean setup comes our way. So yeah, I want continuation on this 1 minute candle instantly. All right, we're getting it here. Still sitting on that shelf right here. I don't want him to bounce it. I'm going to move this there. Ooh, I had 2 stops on. That would have been bad. That would have sucked ass. I'm glad I noticed that.
It's just me putting buys on and
Yeah.
sells, and then but it's.
I put my stop on twice. Well, target would be down in the 614s area if they can't bounce this as support. But if they bounce it as support, we already got our win off of this. I'll let this play out here for just a second. Let them stop me. I don't even care. We already won. We already won. I will put that in case they flush and wick it. But if they bounce up here, I'm out and we're done. That's fine. This was a pretty beat up account. We're back into profitability on a pretty beat up account that I was trading off of the show. All right, that wick I don't love. I need this to continue now. I'm leaving my stop above that last 1 minute candle. That's how I trail my stops on a big candle like that. If we form another 1 minute candle afterward in my direction, I just trail my stops to the 1 minute. Sometimes it gets me out preemptively. Usually it saves my ass. Now Trump just says, war's over again, and I get blown out this time. What are we at? 250. I'm just going to let this ride for now. Oh, if they get way down there, I'll be happy, though. All right, if 30-second buyers turn this candle green, I'm going to flatten. See what those 30-second homies do. I want continuation, obviously. I'm not going to be a dick for a tick here. I just realized that I've had only you on screen this entire time. They just hear a voice in the ether. I want this to test 600s again. If this wicks, I'm going to flatten. It wicked, I'm flattening. We're gone. Let it continue without me. I don't give a shit. We went from like negative 150 this morning to positive 298. Now here it comes. They're going to do it without me, and that's okay. That's close enough to 300. I'm going to be done with that unless we get something really spicy. Either way, I am lowering my size from 3 MNQ to 2. We don't got to be assholes here. That's a nice little wick. All right, we did the right thing there. We're hanging out. Let's do flow. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
I just want to see what we were at for volume. I always get curious when I see those big, massive candles, and I'm like, what's that volume? A little over 10 million, and I bet you.
A lot of it was on that candle, too, I bet.
Yeah. Obviously, this is SPX, but yeah, look at the 2 volume candles there. I just want to look at spot here. Do that actually.
Yeah, look at the buy up. The buy up is the key to that. The volume on the buy.
Somebody, yeah, 727 on that one, 525. So I mean, you already have 12%, 13% of your volume on those 2 candles, maybe 3-4 candles. That's Without those big volume candles, it's a very slow and choppy day. Let's pop this over back to MES. All right, let's finish Microsoft here.
See what I mean, guys? When you guys attend Snorlax UW's flow reviews on Thursday and his Zoom meeting primer for the site on Wednesday, you get a lot less of that. the 20-minute interruptions to whatever the hell we were doing.
See, but he's not live trading. There's a difference. He's not live trading.
Before you do Microsoft, I'm going to fuck off for about 40 seconds. And even if I take more trades, I'm going to shut up so we can finish Bro's flow reviews. So I will be right back about a pound and a half lighter.
All right, I'll probably be done with Microsoft by the time we get back. But all right, let's take a peek here. Net premiums kind of flat for most of the last handful of sessions here. Seeing some bid side calls here, some heavier negative net volume here. Price is still kind of trending up. We have earnings, I believe, next week, 29th. Oh, a couple weeks. 29th. Oh no, that is. Oh yeah, already the 13th. Yeah, so we got earnings Not this Wednesday or next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. So let's just keep that in mind. Yeah, just kind of, oops, want to go back here. Yeah, I mean, just kind of flat premiums here. I don't see anything massive coming in today. I mean, you got a lot of 0-day stuff coming in here, but it's not directional. You're split between that ask and bid. I mean, this is almost a 50-50 split there. See if we can find anything in here, though, possibly. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. See if we can find anything. So earnings were in 16 days. So let's look at flow. Let's put a day's expiration on it. Let's just do 30 just for the fun of it there. So let's see if we can find anything kind of volume compared to that open interest. Nothing. This is when we looked at 0-day. That was very messy. 1800, a little smaller there. Maybe these 715 395s. Again, not really, you can't really pick anything directional out of here. Again, you're split 50-50 with that ask and that bid side. Oh, let's just keep on trucking through, Again, like the 444 contracts coming in here. You have 18,000 open contracts. There, you're not going to be able to see what's going on here. Again, even you see that big spike it open there. It's a nice big spike, but just pop that out. That big spike today, who knows what's going on, where it's coming from, if they're opening a trade, losing a trade, getting out of something that's been a loser. There's just too many questions on that. So let's just keep looking through here. And I could put the volume over OI on there, but I just kind of like to see everything. And that volume open interest or greater than open interest, it's good to have on, but again, not all your volume is going to be the same. So like if you look at these 727s here, like just that's not even a good one there. Let's see. I'm trying to find one with like no transactions on it. All right, here we go. So like this volume here, you have 300 contracts. This is not a good contract. Do not take this contract. It's a penny contract. This is just more of a volume example here for you. This 300 sized candle here, you can easily identify it's an opening trade here. 300 contracts, there were only 58 open contracts. This is an opening trade. Now, when you compare it to volume, like this guy here, I want them open side by side. Let's see. So we got that one, and let's go find that put again. So it is the 713. All right, let's do this.
Whoops, new high day NASDAQ.
Did we pop that hard that quick?
Yeah, man, I told you it was going to happen. We made the right decision on that short. Get the fuck out when we did. Haha, new intraday high. They almost took out that little bit of pre-market too. It is a repeat of last week when we got the Trump news candle.
I gotta go. Oh yeah, just.
Which chart are you talking about? It's me. He said, "Can you explain that Microsoft chart with multiple lines?" I don't know what he was talking about because I was gone. Oh, okay, yeah. Net premium.
Probably this guy there. So let me just finish up with that volume quick example here. Sure. So again, like you look at that 0-day volume here. There is nothing really directional in here. You don't know what's being passed around. You don't know if it's opening, closing. Now, versus like this volume here, this is a single, transaction here. Well, technically 4 transactions here, but it's all in that same candle there. There's no other volume really to be seen. There's not any massive open interest that can, be this candle being closed here. So like just like this volume versus this volume, which one's more cleaner? Now this flow is not good, but just kind of that volume example here. But yeah, your net premiums here. So anything below or above this 0 is considered, ask side premium there. And it's in quotes because, when you think of ask side calls, ask side puts, the general concept is they're buying those calls. So now again, that's not always necessarily true. So that's why you see it in the quotes, but it kind of helps you gauge like, hey, there's a lot of ask side call activity on Microsoft back here on 7-1. So like you look at 7-1 here, that call premium was 53.7 million. So there's that big chunk of ask side call premium coming in there, and you're seeing bid side put premium. Like this is what you want to find, and then kind of like we did here when we went back to 7-1. Like, okay, here's our big one. Let's just move this to the 1 day. So this is tons of ask side call premium, bid side puts, and then it's kind of the vice versa where, anything below that little x-axis there on the 0 is considered, again, bid side. It is bid side 100%. It's traded at the bid. But again, just kind of that general concept, that's why I use the quotes, is bid side puts are sells, bid side calls are sells. So that's, again, it's a face value look at it there. I'm trying to pick words carefully because you don't want to just, assume, hey, it's all ask side calls. This is going to be their buys. That's not true. So like if we look at this one from that 7-1 here, like let's see which one kind of contributed to that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to find it on here because there's gonna be so many on there. Microsoft's probably not a good example of that. We need to find like a better one there. I was looking for like an $18 contract or something big to push those premiums up, but like I'm just trying to find one here. So okay, we'll just go with that 7-1 here. So like, God, most of it's at the bid. Let's just. This is the issue with the mega cap sometimes because it doesn't always, look favorable.
Yeah. And there's just so much. That's why it's really hard. Like when people will request like QQQ or SPY, it's so hard to do because there's just so much. Every now and again you'll have a massive outlier, but whew.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find one kind of for that example of the net premiums there. So like, I mean, if you go back to, is that the first that we were looking at? Yeah, I believe so. Okay. So like if you look at the first here, like there's more ask side calls coming in here. So when it's traded to ask, it's going to add into that premium there. So yes, you're seeing ask side calls come in here, but look after our first there, all those contracts were punted around intraday here with each other. They're bunch of contracts changing hands. You only had 203 contracts carry over out of the 26,000. So that can kind of skew the view here of your net premiums. Yes, there's a ton of ask side premium coming in, but none of this carried over. All this was traded intraday and passed off intraday. So that's just kind of where the net premiums are great. I actually like looking at the net premiums more on kind of the mega caps just versus like, a small little like penny stock where it never gets a ton of volume or any of that, where I just like to see what that kind of overall sentiment is there on like, Microsoft here. So like on the day there, like, hey, I'm looking to see what's coming in here. And again, mega caps are a little tricky because there's a ton of contracts on there and there's might just be a couple that skew that entire thing. But that's kind of a good example there of, seeing like, okay, well, go back to the first again, otherwise it's going to be confusing. You look at the first again, I mean, 89,000 contracts traded. You didn't have all those carry over there, and you just look at where's my, they expire. I was like, where's my 7-2?
I just finished developing the first stock trading.
Ignore me on that one there.
God. I'm pulling up a video for you.
For the net premiums?
Yeah, for you. It's me, subtext trading. Kind of. So he said, so positive green and negative red equals call asks lifted plus put bids get hammered is long. It could be. So that's the general gist. The big green line, that is ask side versus bid side calls. The puts is the same for the red line. But there's a caveat. A is it's assuming, of course, bought to open versus sold to open, bought to close versus sold to close, which you have to make your own inferences on anyway on a contract by contract basis. There is one caveat, and I'm dropping this link in every single stream feed we have going: YouTube, Substack, Twitter, Twitch. This is an important video to watch to get some context around net premiums, because sometimes you can just see a massive, big, giant Hulk dick of net call premiums just for it to be an exit. That happens a lot. So you always got to check. You got to check where that net premium's coming from, because sometimes it's one big contract that's not directional whatsoever. It's somebody closing a position. That video I just shared in all of the chats, after the show or now, you can come back. We'll be here for a little bit longer. Go ahead and watch that video just to get some of that context I'm talking about, because it is important context. I would never outright buy calls just because net premiums are inflated. It would help me get into calls, but you got to make sure first that you don't see these big spikes in net premium just because of some guy closing calls that were short. So just be careful. A lot of context.
Is that the video that you guys actually found the contract where it's traded at the ask?
Yeah, I think I used.
Okay,
I think I used Nvidia and Tesla in this video.
It was mega caps that you found. It was two big mega caps, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping I'd find on Microsoft, but I couldn't find it. So
yeah, the other one that I wrote an article about. If you search the Unusual Whale Substack articles for JetBlue, I wrote an article that kind of covers the same topic, just with JetBlue, because that one was so fucking crystal clear a closure. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. It's a really good tool to have in your back pocket. I always come back to it to double check, especially if I'm intraday scalping like this morning. I'll double check those net premiums. But if you see something that's like a clear outlier, make sure it actually is. Just double check what caused that bump in premiums.
Yep. Really easy to find those too. I'll show you guys a cool little tool to do to find those. Let me finish the heat zone read here on Microsoft. The absolute gamma at 390. We're sitting right there. That's also your put wall. So looking like a good support spot here. I'm just looking, getting 390 sitting on that. We don't have in the 0 day, so 4 day. We got some positive gamma here. So like if I'm looking at the heat zone here and I'm just trying to play strictly a heat zone here, I know we're on that 390 support. Absolute gamma is our strongest magnet and pin. So this is going to more than likely, again, obviously anything can change day to day, minute to minute, especially this time and age. I'd say I like that heat zone read on 717 with a lot of that positive gamma on 400, 410, and anything else there 11 days out, 400 there. Yeah, and we don't have earnings for 2 weeks. So, just kind of keep that in mind, that 717 by far is your biggest kind of, dollar amount on the zone there. That 400 is very interesting though. Very interesting. And you can see that put wall here too. We've held it. I mean, bounce there, failed there, but bounced there, kind of chopped above it, came in, tried to bounce there a little bit, and then we dropped, and now we're back there again. So, it's a tight call wall above us there. I mean, your call wall's at 400, so it's a tight little area. But yeah, I like seeing everything in here. Everything's pretty much laid out for you right here. But yeah, I'd say I like the heat zone read, at least on that 717, maybe for a little bounce. Again, obviously, do your own due diligence. Don't nothing I'm saying is financial advice, but just, I'd say I like the heat zone read on that, and Microsoft is up a little bit today as well. And just kind of touching on that again too, kind of see, we were at 390 here this morning when we opened, came all the way down to 385. Where was that strongest absolute gamma? 390. We're right kind of back up to that there, and just see how that price kind of comes towards that positive gamma, and then how we kind of rejected it there a little bit. So positive gamma, it reminds me of the magnets, kind of like, okay, well, you have a strong, magnet, and then once that price kind of gets up to there, like, you ever flip the magnets back and forth with each other and they start to push apart? That's kind of what it reminds me of. Maybe like somebody a lot smarter, like, some geography or something. I don't know. One of those. Like, That's what it reminds me of, though. Is like you have a strong magnet, then once you get there, your polars kind of reverse and it pushes it away. That's kind of how it reminds me of the positive gamma. There, I always try to think of like little things to go with it there, but so like it's a magnet, but like it's going to act as support and resistance too. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, if you're interested, whoever asked about that net premiums, if you want to find just big outline kind of, yeah, if you want to find the actual like outline like net call premiums, if you just come over here, I usually just change the one here, like come down to option premium and do net premium calls here. It's gonna just anything above that 0 is gonna have heavy ask side call premium. So like if we look at TSM, here you go, it's going to show that there. And then if you want to pop it back and kind of look at the week, TSM's actually kind of set up nice. They got earnings like tomorrow, a couple days from now.
And just about anything like, semis.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a little bit of a lull there for about a month, but data centers upon data centers, chips upon chips, developments for data centers, destroy some of the environment in local towns. You love to see it. Semis are going to be probably fine until we see something change.
Yeah.
Which I think it will. I do think the AI bubble will burst at some point.
Some point.
I'm not going to fucking short any of them.
Until then. Yeah. And like the cool thing is too, if you want to like see, where a lot of, calls could be exiting to, again, just because this is the bid doesn't necessarily mean that's bearish. They could be getting out of their calls, so on. Like, again, you just look below that middle axis and like look at Intel here. Ooh, Intel's ugly. Like, this is what catches my eye. Like, this is really, really ugly.
It's me asked, do you guys match side of your trade yourself? If you're talking about Periscope specifically for gamma exposure, the gamma exposure is coming directly from CBOE on the lowest time frame they allow for this sort of setup. 1 minute intervals on that SPX market maker gamma. The GEX on the gamma exposure on individual tickers is open interest derived.
And they do have the thing too, like speaking about the
but all of the size of trades, the fills, etc., those are all coming directly from exchanges. We're not like making up fill prices or anything.
Yeah, no,
that'd be fucked up.
that spot gamma though, like if you want to see like kind of intraday updates, I think this updates every 15 seconds on this one. This is just your spot gamma though.
Yeah, spot gamma intraday.
So I think it's 15 or 30. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I mean like it's not the same as kind of like, looking at the full thing, but you can you can drop it down if you want to look at 80 strikes there. You want to look at it in columns, however you kind of want to do it there. I don't really use this that much there. Like I'll look to see where kind of that exposure is like pre-market, but that's kind of it. I
think the heat zones is a little more useful for that kind.
Yeah, I like the heat zones there too. Yeah, and like one more thing about the market map there too. If you want to see like not just call premium suit, you can like if you want to see big spikes and put premiums, like hey, like oh look at that. Here's your big outlier. Why is SPY up? I bet SPY has a lot of ask side put premium. Ooh, they had something big might have just hit the tape there because look at that big spike. And it's going to be impossible to find.
It's probably that top 0 day, honestly.
Yeah.
The amount of volume on that.
Yeah, probably at 35 or... Yeah, so again, that's kind of where it, can, make the premiums look a little more, I don't want to call them goofy, but like, it should draw you some caution there because look at all that volume coming in here. All that ask side volumes contributing to that net premium. Now, I'll go out on a limb here because I'm 100% correct that none of this ask side premium is going to matter tomorrow because look, these expire today. So yes, it might, kind of lean bearish today, but this has no impact after today for me. Like if I'm looking at this now, like if I look at this tomorrow and I'm like, holy crap, look at that big ask side spike in the net premiums here. Well, yeah, that all came from this one contract that expired yesterday. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Like, that's, just be careful. Just keep an eye out. Keep an eye out on it. See what's causing the spikes there. And obviously, your ETFs indexes are going to always kind of be, treat it kind of just like a face value look. That's kind of how I do it there, unless, there's a massive singular contract coming in. Because, like, none of these four, and these are your highest kind of premiums on the day here. You got 100 million in premium going into the ask and bid side premiums just off these four trades here. They're all 0 days. They're not going to matter after today. It doesn't matter after today. And even today, like, this doesn't matter. I don't know who's who in here, what's what. Like, yeah, you're just looking at high volume. That's kind of all you're looking at. And it's transacted. I mean, this is a, 50-50 split between bid and ask, and you got some mid-side fills in there. This is not directional. This is not directional. This is probably a lot of retail traders on this one. I'll go out on a limb and say that. And even kind of looking at the calls, like this, like you look at that 917, 830 put, like, okay, yes, this is some cleaner volume, but they're 10% of the money. Like, at least for SPY, like, this is what you want to see. And you don't see a ton of like good clean ETF though. Like, it's very rare if I come across something that's like super good looking. But like this, I mean, you can at least identify, hey, this is an opening trade. Whereas if you're trying to look in the 0 days, can you tell me where somebody's opening a trade in here? Probably not. Probably not. If you can, I'll call BS on it. But like, and I mean, even looking at Friday and what carried over from Friday, you had 90,000 transactions there on Friday. Only 8,000 carried over. There's just so much that goes on here, and that volume obviously looks a little different than today. Like, let's go back to Friday. Like, again, can you tell me where somebody's opening, closing positions there? This is just tons of contracts being punted around intraday. I don't want to say the volume's meaningless. This type of volume to me is meaningless because you can't really pick direction out of it there. Verse, again, where if we look at, like, let's just pick the XOMs here. This volume I can easily, this is 4,000 contracts against 652. I know this is an opening trade 100%. Whereas looking at the 0 days, I can't tell you what's going on in here. So I can just, volume and open interest, they need to be used together to kind of gauge what's going on. Whew, man. And I did find a really cool, well, we can do this like Wednesday's episode or something. For those heat zones there, let me find it. That Greek exposure, if you come down here and do like that net delta here, I believe, I was trying to mess with it this weekend. It's going to kind of pull up those heavy zones there. So I'm mess around with that Wednesday or Friday or something. But yeah, I didn't spend too much time over the weekend there. I think they're going to add in that gamma decay in here at some point.
I believe it is in the pipeline.
Yay. Love you, Snore. Thanks. Okay, yeah, that's kind of it. All right, let's get back to some requests here. Let's see. We got Mara from 50J.
Not 50 J's. 50 J's.
50 J's. All right. Oh man, you go on those tangents. I mean, they gotta be had. I mean,
yeah, we spend plenty of time fucking around. A nice little breakdown's good here and there.
Mara. So it looks like it's just an overview here. Let's take a peek. Let's see. I'm just, again, first thing I'm doing right now is checking for earnings here. We have earnings on 8/4, so got a little bit till then. 14 days. So, like, again, okay, let's go see what happened here on the 9th. I see that massive spike in that call premium. I want to see where that is there. So let's go take a peek. So it looks like, again, just kind of scrolling through here, it looks like maybe a lot of those contracts were closed. They all look kind of like they expired there. Just looking here, just a ton of kind of calls there. Let's just go back and look. What did I say that day was? The 9th. So Thursday. No, come here. There we go. Just want to see what kind of did that there. Looks like it was a very long dated call that probably added to that call premium there. So again, come check out the option screener in here. It's gonna make it very easy for you there. So 115.27. You know, this whale's probably not looking for a move this week. Probably not looking for a move this week. Like, let's go back here and look. And then again, that 4,300 that came in on the 9th that we were looking at, there's already a ton of open interest on this. So most of this carried over. So now let's just kind of see, maybe is it an ad, so on. Ooh, this could be, you know, 266, 272. So all of that did carry over. Now, again, real time, I would have been like, you need to double check open interest for sure on this, because you had 4,200 contracts there, got 4,300 there. Very similar size candle. Had to double check that open interest, and it did carry over, but there's been a lot of open interest in this thing for a while. It kind of looks like starting to really pick up here. Ooh. Back to October. I mean, there's been at least 4,500 open contracts in this one at the time. Let's just kind of scroll up. So add maybe some contracts punting. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing volume, but not that full carry over to 2,200. Yeah, you're seeing, you know, about half, 3/4 that one dropped. 36, so add almost, yeah, add there. Let's see, 22. So I mean, this one looks like a possible add there, possible add, because you're seeing most of that volume carry over, which is good. But it's kind of messy. I mean, you got 42. So then here you go, you got 4,200 contracts, and you only have 1,000 carryover. So this is when that tape's getting pretty messy, because you don't know where the contracts are being punted around to, who's holding what. Just kind of looking in here. Yeah, 4,000. Yeah, I mean, it's a very messy kind of stuff. Look at all your big ask side spikes. Like, it's starting to get a little, you know, you got to sit there and question the flow and try to make it fit your narrative. Just move on from that. But I want to see what that big spike in that Mara call was, just to see if it was anything actionable. Not really. So again, kind of going back to the net premiums there, if you would have just saw that big spike there on the 9th, and you're like, hey, there's buying calls there, that trade that kind of caused that on that chain, yes, that volume carried over, but that entire chain is pretty messy. So I mean, that's just kind of going in and looking at that there just to see what did that. But all right, let's look at today. Not too much today. Let's see if I can clean up the feed here a little bit, see if we can find something. Actually, there's not a lot on this, so let's just do our volume over open interest. Ooh, not too much. Not too much. All right, let's go back here. Let's do it like this. Maybe even lower it just a teeny bit, because there's not getting too much. Not getting too much premiums there. 4 days, so a lot of volume. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything sticking out to me right away here. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much sticking out to me on Mara there, but we'll take a peek at our heat zone. 4-day out heat zone. So look at all that positive gamma, 13, 12.5, 13.5 here. Absolute gamma's 13. So we're down about 29 cents. So, you know, just kind of look where we were at our high, 12.57. So we weren't obviously up at that 13, but as price comes into that positive gamma, 12.5, 13, you see that price suppressing and moving down. There's your 12.5. It's I want to say it's funny how it's, you know, it's very accurate what that heat zone is once you start to kind of understand what that, you know, reaction is once you get into those areas of the heat zone there. Bad dude, when they added those heat zones, that is just, I mean, for the, like, I love the heat zones. Like, I can't say that enough. Like, it's cool.
It's a good visualization for sure.
Yeah, it's like because again, I mean,
it paints a picture of support and resistance in a way that just straight up price action levels don't.
yeah, because I mean before, I mean they've always had the gamma exposure by strike and expiration, and you could always move it by expiration and stuff. But I like the heat zones a little better just because you can kind of see it a little better. Like I'll switch over here and just kind of like see like, hey, if the put wall's way down here, like if it doesn't show up there, because it's gonna only pull if you come here, it's gonna pull your closest level. So like, hey, if I don't see like a put wall on here, like, hey, I'll go over to the gamma tab here, scroll down here, like, hey, okay, well, I don't see a put wall on here. It's a pretty steep drop there. It's probably not gonna pull that down there. I try to pull 90 strikes on a stock that only goes down to 2, and we're already at 13. Oops. Yeah, I mean there's not a put wall, and there's a ton of, and it kind of gives you that visual in this area too, like, hey, look at where all that net gamma is on the call side of things above us here, but we're sitting on heavy negative or net gamma on the put side there. Dude, all the words just like go together after one point. At some point it's just like, geez. But yeah, like, and I like the expiration one too. Like obviously it has your heat zones and stuff, and you can see it there. But like if you're just trying to dig deeper here, like it's just come in here to see, oh hey, look, you can kind of get that visual there too. I like as many visuals as I can get, so it's a nice little tool to have there. But yeah, I'm not seeing much for Mara now at this spot, because we did kind of come up into that positive gamma and kind of reject. So that positive gamma.
Joe did make a comment about Mara and Riot both. Apparently they're both trying to pivot toward AI like every fucking buddy else, using Bitcoin to fund it.
Big surprise. I'm so surprised. Yeah, I think Joe said something on Friday too, that they were selling off a bunch of their Bitcoin, I think, if I recall correctly.
They got to get in on the buzzword.
But yeah, no, I mean, and that's kind of just pay attention to where price is and all that too. Like the heat zones are good. I'd say if you get up a little early, because that open interest updates, what is it, 5:45 Eastern time AM for open interest on unusual. I think it's 5:45 or 6:45.
Early as shit.
No, it's 5:45. But wake up early, go to the heat map, or not the heat map, the market map, and start put in the net gex. I almost said jex there, and I would have never heard the end of it. But just go in there and throw in the net gamma there, and it'll pull in the maps there, because yes, you might see this at face value and you're like, oh hey, the price is below that spot, we got some room to move up. Yes, it can happen, but look where our price was earlier. We were at that 12.5 already, and we kind of hit that positive gamma wall, and we're rejecting. So it's nice to know where price is at the time while you're comparing it to the heat map. So like if it's pre-market, like if that price is up in that heat zone already. Otherwise, if you're opening and you're below that heat zone, hey, maybe I want to try a long on something there. But yeah, tons of ways to use the data there. Tons of ways. But yeah, so short answer, I'm not seeing much on Mara after we've already kind of moved up from that thing. Brad sent me a GIF. He said he's doing a shot every time he hears me say heat zone.
If you want another one to get real fucked real fast, every time he says messy.
Yeah. Messy or yeah, so that's Mara, and it looks like we have a Nokia one to take a peek at.
Another buzzword chaser right there. That's Nokia.
Comes another 20-minute breakdown. I mean, it's not. I like doing the breakdowns because there's a lot of new people out there that don't.
Yeah, for sure.
You see the people, on Twitter just posting, "Oh, it's ask side." Like, yeah, great, it's ask side, but there's things that go into that can make the flow look good and bad, and so on.
Yeah, there's more to it. There's a lot more nuance than I think a lot of people realize, and definitely more than a lot of people on FinTwit allude to. They like to post their wins. They like to post every flow they see and pick and choose, so they look good when they're actually sharing fucking everything. So keep that in mind too.
s-
Don't shadow trades on Twitter, dude. It's better to learn so you can
and
find shit yourself. Because if you just shadow shit on Twitter, not only are
yeah,
most of those
it's
accounts misleading as all hell, you're building a reliance on something you can't trust.
yeah, like like I can understand like if you're working and you want to see like some trades come in and stuff, but like for the most part, and it's not hard to learn this stuff. It's just a screen time thing. Like you'll get out of it what you put into it. Like
Yeah.
it's real. It's honest. Like I don't want to try to like make it sound super easy and super stuff, but like it's really dumbed down. Like the platform is really dumbed down
For
where you can just
sure.
like easily like learn the stuff. Like if you watch the store streams, watch our streams, follow the correct people who are actually like teaching the stuff instead of just like, oh hey, it's an ask side call, they're buying. Like no, you don't know that. Like they're transacted at the ask.
Mm-hmm.
You can even if the flow looks 100% good, they're still transacted at the ask. Doesn't mean it's a buy, but
Just raises that likelihood. There's no guarantees on sidedness.
yep, nobody knows unless you are that whale.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just it just
Let me
bothers
tell
me
you,
when I see
I'm not the whale.
they're like, oh, they're buying. Like I guarantee you, if you search the 713 MU 940 call on Twitter, I bet you somebody said, oh, they're buying 0-day calls on this. I bet you anything. I will
At least one.
get yeah, and I mean,
at least one.
and again, they're not looking at this stuff because like you look at this, there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here to choose direction at all there. But yeah, I mean, like if I'm looking at my tape here, we looked at what the long dated XOMs and maybe
Yeah.
that short dated XOM there, which it's actually kind of moving a little bit there. But other than that, I mean, that's all that's hit my feed there. Like it's frustrating when I see people post like 50, 60 pieces of flow a day. I'm like, how did you even find that much? I don't even have that much on my tape. Like it's just, yeah. I got to get good at marketing, man. That's all it is. If you're good at marketing, that's all it is.
Well, in a lot of cases, that involves lying, depending on the account you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm
Grain of
not very good at
salt.
that. Not very good at that. All right, let me look at the Nokia instead of me being in my soapbox there. But yeah, I just quick look at Periscope here. There is not a setup here at all for me. Like, look at this.
Yeah,
This is just
we got this beat up account back into the positive zone. I've just been kind of chilling. Just been chilling. I'm probably done trading for the morning. We're hanging out.
chill, listening to me bitch. Yeah, that's your thing. You bitch about like just
Everything.
stupid stuff. I bitch about idiots on Twitter. That's
If there's a topic, I got something to bitch about with it.
yeah. I mean, hey, you gotta have an opinion.
I got plenty of them.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Most of them will stay private though. So
I try.
yeah. And Nokia,
I try.
Nokia is just kind of all over the place here. I mean, you got bid side premiums, ask side put premiums, bid side call premiums, ask side call premiums, bid side put premiums. It's a lot of mixed here. We got earnings coming up in 10 days. So again, any flow that overlaps earnings, just take it with a grain of salt because you don't know if it's earnings related, if they're trying to.
I took one more short. I took one more short. We caught it. I'm out already, but our barely 300 is at 440, and we're gonna put a pin in it there. I'm gonna lock this account so I don't get tempted to fuck around later, as I am wont to do. But good fucking morning. I got no complaints. This account was beat up, as you can see. We're only at 25,000.
Is that the one that was on?
Is
that the one that was like 50
Yep.
bucks from like failing?
Yep. We saved this sumbitch over the last 2 days here. We saved it. We got a couple off on Friday. I got a couple off this morning. So we are back in the clear on account B. I'm not even going to touch account A. I'm not going to push my luck. But ultimately, my full target, if we weren't already profitable enough to fuck with my consistency on this account, would be 640s. That is where they rejected on the comeback off of that 600s back test. Right here, right now, kind of support from the shelf they formed earlier this morning, but nothing really super crazy. but that's why I took it off right there. We're hanging out. I'm done trading for the morning. Let's do, well, shit. How long do you want to go today, Anthony? How long do you feel like doing flow reviews?
Well, if we keep getting some flow to look at, but my tape is very dry. Maybe 11, give or
Did
take.
we look at Nokia already while I wasn't paying attention?
I am doing Nokia right now.
Dope. Nokia.
So,
yeah, and 50J's asked for BlackBerry too. We can do both because they're both kind of doing the same shit lately, and they both announced AI adjacent things earlier this year. And Nokia's kind of been it's been a wild ride. I think they traded as high as like $18 on that news, and they've been back testing the whole time since. How high did they get?
Yeah, 16.
16, just under 17.
That's an interesting spot there. Just kind of looking at that chart.
Let's look at the heat zones on this, because that kind of looks like they're testing it from above.
Yeah, that does.
Even without seeing the heat zone, that pattern looks very much like a back test.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're probably sitting on a put wall without even looking at it here. We'll see though. Yeah, just kind of starting here. That net premiums is kind of all over the place, very sporadic here. So I mean, just kind of, to me, maybe some volatility. Look at this one here. So this is, we're gonna have to do a little research on this, but look at that volume and that open interest. This is all at the ask. So that's what's catching my eye here. That 717.12.5. Now we have that big spike here. It is multi-leg. I just want to see how that previous open interest looks. And it doesn't look like, let's just kind of scroll this down there a little bit. I wonder, so we got 2,400 there, 21 there, so we're about 5,000-ish there. This candle's just a tick over 5,000. I do want to see what happened on 710, how much of that carried over. So
good chunk.
3,900 of that, yeah. I'd say this almost looks like a new position there. I mean, it's very tight. I would want to just double check that open interest just to be sure. Just those two candles here, and with most of that carrying over, just kind of, a little yellow flag. I would still lean it's probably a new position. They're just very, very tight. I mean, you're about 1,000 contracts from being in there, and obviously you have other retail contracts in here as well too. But I mean, could they be getting out here like 52 and we're down at 20 today? Could they be getting out there, or are they rolling them or something? Because this is 68% multi-leg on the chain. So let's take a peek here. I hope it's a roll, because if it's a roll, I'm going to be like, hey, they actually rolled it down. So they rolled that 15 strike to the 12.5. I wonder if they were short.
So stacked. I wonder how much of that's been sitting there.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they're short those calls too.
Oh, those 15s have been open since the pop.
Yeah.
Been shorted. If they were, they ate shit for a hot minute.
Yeah, that's a little too messy.
Pop. It's kind of hard to see any clear entries and exits with 90,000 total open interest.
You tell me you can't just assume?
Guaranteed buy.
Like, bro, it's just a bid, it's a sell. Like, bro.
I always love the poster. It's like, look at this massive ad. And it's just a straight up clean exit. You'll see that from a couple of other flow services I won't name. They do that a lot. We avoid that shit. If you got 30,000 open interest and you see a 30,000 size trade come in, what are the odds,
Yeah, like it's...
Yeah. I won't dive too deep on that. I'll get myself in trouble. But I'm sure some people in chat know one in particular I'm talking about.
Must be something about cheese related stuff. But anyways,
dude, I could go for like a whole block of cheese right now. I'm fucking hungry this morning.
Just a bag of mozzarella.
How much cheese is too much cheese? I ate a whole block of cheese.
How far are these out of the money? 5%. A little try. At first, I was gonna say I have to roll. I see. That's why I don't really pay attention to multi-leg. You can see I skipped over the open interest part right away. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Anything else on it? About these. This one might be a little better. The 717.11.5. We got 3,500 contracts against 700 open. Again, here's your 2,000 coming in at open. you do have a small spike here of 1,000. Keep an eye out for any other volume. Again, we don't know. Maybe they're 58 and they're getting out at 50. Who knows? I mean, that you see different unusual things all the time. I mean, now if we have like 5 or 6 other candles, larger sized candles, then I start to get a little more comfortable there. But I just don't, when you see those candles that are about half the size there, do we know if it's an ad? Are they passing contracts off? Are they closing some of their position? You won't know until that open interest updates. But like, I'd say at least as of right now, out of that 2,000 there, at least 1,000-ish should be carrying over, barring any under.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the full.
Yeah,
timing of that seems like a back test ad.
Yeah, that's really odd. And then we wanted to do the heat zones on this one here.
Yeah, I bet we're sitting on top of them.
I'm good. I was thinking our put wall was gonna be, here, but we're sitting in that acceleration. There's not that much for heat zones on this thing, actually, surprisingly.
This week's stacked as shit.
Yeah.
Negative gamma.
It's all
I
negative
assumed
gamma.
we were going to be coming right on top of the shelf, and we are.
Yeah, I'm just popping through the expirations here. What did I say? Earnings were 723. So let's not go past 723.
The temptation to open my chart back up is there, and I'm fighting. I'll leave that shit shut.
Yeah, I'm looking in, so post or pre-earnings here. I mean, we're sitting in negative gamma. I mean, that's that could end kind of, and what were we? So we were about 1250 there.
God, imagine
so
they
again,
flush all
I
the
mean,
way
just
down to that support at 774-ish.
Oh God, what? Yeah, that's nasty. But I mean, just again, kind of pay attention to where that price was.
Also, that's the gamma flip, which is curious. Go back to the heat zone quick. That's curious because right where that gamma flip is, it was resistance on the way up to the penny and support on the way up to the penny. Look at that.
Yep.
Crazy.
You got your resistance, support. Yeah, that's good. That'd be a nasty drop if you get a drop
that happened.
there.
Even I would probably take a stab at a long. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, earnings are coming up. Let's see how it reacts to earnings. Might get your chance. I just want to see what it is kind of pricing in for a move for earnings, plus minus 10-11%.
Yeah, that checks out. It's pretty close to $10 a share again.
Yeah, some dollar move. But
you need some spice on earnings to print on an earnings play, though. That implied volatility is gonna shit on your chest.
Speaking of spices, I totally forgot earlier when you were talking about your pork chops. Did you ever get those spices from Jay-Z?
What the fuck? You're right. I'm gonna ping him right now.
I thought about that, and then you just.
It was like 2 weeks ago. He said he sent them.
Just sent them to the wrong address.
Did you send that shit to Alaska or something?
I just forgot to go to the post office.
Yeah, it's just sitting in his car the whole time. It's just in there since November. Christ.
Jeez.
There's a part of the show where the flow gets slow and we get goofy.
Yeah. So Nokia here. So just again, kind of pay attention to that heat zone on that weekly there. 12, 11.5, and 11. Look where we were this morning when we opened 12.19ish, and just kind of going towards it there. Oops, not that one. This guy right there. Yeah, just kind of 12.5. We were up there and just kind of starts going towards that gamma that's it's coming in there. A heavy quick move there. I mean, you're down 4 1/3 there, but yeah, already kind of making its move there. That 821 is a little interesting, but overlaps earnings. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. It's a tougher read because you got all those premiums are just kind of sporadic there too. All right, let's do BlackBerry here. I know that was
I'd be surprised if it
one.
looks nearly identical.
Yeah, this thing is just flatlined here since 7.2 there. Look at all that bid side call premium. They're on 7.2. Let's go take a peek at it, down 10% on that day. Whew. So that bid side call premium, scanning, probably that one. It looks like it may have, no, that's a lot of mid. I'm not really seeing a lot of bids. Oh, here we go. That guy that was right there. Yeah, so again, these contracts are expired. So like if you're going off previous information, you got to go in there and double check. All right, let's look at our premiums here. Let's go to today. Yeah, kind of a lot of flatline stuff here the last week or so. Anything interesting today? Just kind of seeing a bunch of kind of mid fills on that 717. Yeah, not seeing maybe these 717 10s. But these are very messy here too. I'm assuming maybe they're closing those. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much flow wise on it. Let's see if we got anything in here. That 60, that 918 5 call, so it's smaller size against heavier open interest. I'm going to guess this open interest has been in here for a while. Yes, it has. So I'm going to say nothing on that one.
Yeah, it's been there for a hot minute. That came in through the pump. But hey, they are kind of on the opposite side of trajectory relative to Nokia, it looks like. Looking at that heat zone.
I'm looking at that heat zone. Yeah. So down 11 cents. So we're about 11 there. So absolute gamma 10. So here, see if we get down there. That's your highest weekly strike there too, or gamma exposure on that strike. Look at that 39 days. So when do we have earnings on this one? We didn't look at earnings on that one. This one. This was, oh, we don't have earnings till September. So okay, we got some time on this one.
What the hell do they think they are, NVIDIA?
So we can kind of look at all the heat zones here. So negative gamma here at 11. 4 days out, we got positive gamma at 10 and 11. It's kind of a, messy heat zones here, I'd say. You get your weeklies got some below us here, which is also that absolute gamma. Your 724 also has some there just slightly above that absolute gamma. Yeah, and then your 687 starting to kind of see a little upside there, possibly. And then you come to 814, and it's an either way one there. And then 39 days, you're just in that negative gamma already. Yeah, it's not a very clean read. I almost would see if you can get down to that put wall here, which is at $10 there, and see how that heat zone looks from there, because then maybe you'll see some flow come in with that too. But where's our call wall on that? Yeah, I mean, you see where that price is. Your put wall, you're coming up, you got about 87 cents and you're on that put wall there. And again, just kind of looking at that, the other view here, that gamma exposure by strike here, it's all on the call side. All that net gamma is on the call side here, but just kind of in the middle between that put wall and call wall, slightly going towards that put wall there, though. I would keep an eye on that 10 there, maybe set a notification of if we touch that 10 and see if there's any interesting flow there. But yeah, I don't really have anything else on BB there. Looks like you also have a direct contract.
Yeah, we got an IGV request up in here. Monthlies.
Let's take a peek here. Ooh. Monthly. I'm going to assume we're talking about it from Friday. Ooh, those are up nice already there. So let's see. I was going to say up nice. They're only up 5 cents there. It looked a lot nicer there. So we got 10,000 contracts coming in here on Friday against 342. Carried. Yes, they did. All of that. Like 95% of that carried over.
0 multi-leg, so we got some naked contracts. We like them nude.
And I like this tape. Look at our spot price rising. Look at our IV rising. And
Price dropping
Again, this
slightly.
this is what I like to see, that price dropping, and you're still seeing that IV rise and that spot price rising too. That's those orders are getting lifted up in here. This is some really good looking flow. This is what I like to see. It doesn't look like we overlap earnings. I just want to double check to be sure. Just cross our T's and dot our I's. Where's my
Cross our I's
earnings?
and dot our
Wow.
T's because we're dyslexic.
Where the fuck did my earnings tab go? Am I blind? Did I not have an earnings tab up here that I was clicking before? I swear to God I did.
What the fuck?
Like, am I...
Oh,
Oh, there's not an
it's an ETF, brother.
Jesus Christ, dude. We're both sitting there like, I'm like, where the fuck is my earnings tab? I'm like, where did my earnings tab go? I'm like, I can't find it. I was like, duh.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, that was bad. Okay,
I
well,
blame
there are
Monday,
no
but I
earnings.
think the real answers were just stupid.
Yeah, that was...
I think that's what it is.
Oh, boy, that was bad. That was bad. I'm sitting here, I'm like, where the fuck is it?
It's totally because it's Monday. My brain was just going to like IGN, the TV station, the
I just like
Game
unless
Network or whatever the fuck.
Oh God, that was. Oh, I do. Yeah, that okay. Anyways, well, I'd say I like this flow here. Look at the heat zone on this. Jeez, man, like what? And I probably should have saw it because I was sitting here looking at this. I'm like, oh, ETF sector. Like, this thing doesn't get a lot of contracts traded on it, really. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting. Interesting today. A lot of bid side puts. Nothing doesn't look to really be opening. Let's just do a heat zone read on that. There is a ton on that 821 expiration. Ooh, a lot of negative gamma down there at
shitload.
90. Yeah, I mean, that's absolute gamma's 80 on these. And yeah, see, I haven't really did enough like back testing on the like heat maps for like the ETFs and all that either to kind of see like, you know, how good that information is. Like I like it for the individual names because obviously you have a lot that can impact.
Yeah. I didn't use them at all until you started using them on the show. I'm a piece of shit, dude. I use like I've been an Unusual Whales employee since 2021, and I use like 3 things on the site consistently. Like I am locked into my ways with the tools I use, and it is what it is. So that's why we need the co-host energy, because you use way more tools than I. I build a house with a hammer and a bone saw, and you're out here pulling out the full Milwaukee tool bag.
Yeah, I'm just looking at our gammas here. So I mean that 39 days, you know, it's got some time, but I'm just looking at the weeklies here and just kind of looking what we got. Oh no, I want that one back there. Like I'm looking at the weeklies. We got a lot of positive gamma up there at 100. We're up, you know, a dollar almost today. You got negative gamma below us here. Then you got 18 days out. You got a lot of positive gamma on that 100 strike again.
That 49
well
way
on
down
that
there is
25.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
the gamma flip.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about all
yeah,
that.
like when it starts to get a little far away like that, that's when I kind of like, you know, discount the data a little bit, just when like, okay, well, we'll wait till the next open interest update and see if it, you know, gets a little better there. But I mean, you're sitting right above that put wall at 92. But yeah, I like that flow. That's really good looking flow there with your IV increasing, spot price increasing. Yeah, I like that flow there. That's good looking flow. Really good looking flow, and could have, you know, down a little bit this morning, but they're trying to recover there. All right, let's see. And it looks like we have MRVL next here.
Goddamn right.
I feel like I thought I saw something hit my tape with that. Maybe it was something different. Oh, some puts coming in here. Some short dated ones. How about these 724 175s? These hit my tape today, so I kind of want to take a peek at these here quick. These just hit the tape about 10 minutes ago, less than 10 minutes ago, 21% out of the money, down 6.5%. No, just if the flow does look good, and yep, you get that IV spike when it comes in, spot is filling at the ask. Let's follow this up. Yeah, I would say the tape looks pretty clean here. I don't see anything to kind of make me sway that there's sells at all. The only thing I don't like about the flow is 11 days out, down, or these are 21% out of the money. We're already kind of down 6% on the day here, and I am seeing some ask side call premium puts are kind of trying to taper off a little bit here. It's kind of messy net volume wise here too. I'm always cautious because yes, it can keep dropping, but you know, I'm not a big fan of chasing something when it's already down 7% when you know they're 21% out of the money. Now if these came in and they were like 1% out of the money, that's a little different, but these other ones here, these overlap earnings, so who knows? 37% out of the money, yeah, who knows? But let's go in
shit out
here.
Of the ask on them though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to this view here. Let's go here. Yeah, we kind of talked about the premiums kind of being a little messy.
Again?
46 days.
Who's slapping them on the tip of the penis today? They're down 6.5%.
Yeah. Yeah, or 45 days there. 45. I knew it was 40 something.
We do have, if you didn't have anything else on Marvell, same homie asked about the SPCX heat map. I imagine it looks like a shit show. I want to point out that, yeah, SPCX had a nice bump right off the IPO like they tend to. But it did exactly what Anthony and I said it was going to do while it was still pumping. So if you pull SPCX up, you're going to see it be nowhere near its high. Oh,
yeah,
man, they're below 140 again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even looked at Periscope there for a while. Ooh, yeah, just grindy.
They are within that same range I said we might get stuck in, though.
Oh, chop.
But we can do
heat zones.
Do heat zones on Marvell, and then we'll do SPCX, and then my flow's kind of dried up. Chat dried up a little bit. We could probably fuck off till Wednesday.
Lunchtime.
Yeah,
almost lunchtime here. So kind of keep in mind again, we're down $14 on the day. Let's see where we opened. Again, we opened up there at 227. So 227 is where we opened. Look at our 4 days here. So again, all that gamma's below us here, and you're just kind of seeing that acceleration move now through that negative gamma. 18 days. I mean, that's not a clear sign on a heat zone there. I mean, that's an either way there one for me. Let's see that 39 days though. A lot of attention on that 240 there. So you know we were up at what 227 I said. So I mean, you know, just close but not there. So I'm curious to see what happens over some time there. But yeah, this thing's got a lot of acceleration and negative gamma on this one there. Absolute gamma's at 280, which is significantly above us. Yeah, I would say at least that short term, and obviously, you know, I think I can probably, you know, take a good guess that most people that are watching the show or in the audience are kind of looking for, you know, shorter midterm moves, and they probably don't care something that's, you know, about 100 days out or so. But like this, I mean, like that 4-day heat zone there, this is already kind of dropped into that negative gamma. So like, you know, it's wait till that open interest update tomorrow, see how it kind of changes there. And then all right, so nothing too much there. And then you said SpaceX here.
Yeah, the popular child of ridiculous batshit IPO.
139.
We got like 4 requests after I said the chat dried up, so I spurred them into motion so we can tackle those two. A couple of ones that we've looked at before, and one of them's up pretty nice today, so we'll jump to that one after SPCX, I suppose.
SpaceX is below its IPO. Below its IPO there. Oof. I
Who
wish
could
we
have
would have
seen
talked
this
about.
coming?
I wish we would have talked about that on the show a bunch of times. All right, let's.
Yeah, it would have been crazy if we brought up that happened. That would have been insane.
Yeah. And didn't even put and like maybe if we would have pulled up examples of like Coin and all those other names that IPO'd and then just tanked, you know.
Unheard of.
Yeah, this thing is all over the place again here too. All over the place. Just kind of looking at the flow today.
Contract's still pretty damn pricey near the money.
Yeah. I'm sure they will continue to be for a significant amount of time. All right, let's see what we can find in here. Anything in here? Let's pop our volume over open interest. Let's just see. More puts coming in here. These could be part of that other trade. Let's just go and take a peek. This almost kind of looks like a newer one there. I mean, you got a lot of sporadic volume. I'd say the odds are probably not there where every single one of these traders is getting out
right
at that same time. So I'm gonna say this is probably an opener here, and I mean you got 2,400 against 2,100, so it's I'm gonna go out and assume that you got a lot of ask
that's
side
all one
puts.
big order. It'll be a guaranteed open.
Yeah, that's let's see if I could click. That would help.
All right, not all one big order, but I'm convinced.
At the same time, I mean, the odds are in our favor. I'd say there. Got a nice IV spike there. Spot is filling at the ask through 97. So you get a little drop here, but your price is dropping a little bit here too. So again, kind of vice versa with the puts though. You're seeing that price drop. Obviously, you want put prices to drop, and you're seeing that IV kind of drop there. So little kind of yellowish flag there. I'd still lean buy it open. There's 7% in the money. I mean, you would have to be very ballsy to short in the money contracts there, especially 7% in the money.
Something on a downward trajectory, no less.
Yeah, I would. What do they have for the next like kind of plus minus move there? So what are they? 724. So I mean, these got a plus minus 8.39% move there. So I mean, they can get out of the money very quick too. But yeah, I mean, I would lean buy to open on those. I would not short in the money contracts. Let's just see. Yeah, a lot of these. How about these puts? Really long dated though. 32% out of the money. It is an opener. 2,000 coming in against 552. I mean, your IV's up and it kind of drops a little bit. 48.33, yeah. But your price is going up. So, I mean, again, kind of vice versa with the calls where you're seeing that price going up and that IV dropping or actually rising. So that's actually kind of a good sign there. Yeah, interesting. But again, 186 days, I'm not getting into something like that.
We do have a request for a ticker you've traded, I think, kind of recently. Was it you that was in FIG?
Yes, it was.
It's having an 11% day today.
Oh God, I wonder if that FIG call's still in. Let me go find that.
They're trading at almost $23.50 per share. Just a Hulk dick day for FIG. Just straight up and to the right.
I want to see if I can go find those figs again. I don't.
Oh, the calls themselves that you caught?
Yeah. They were the 7, 19 and a halves here. Let's look these up quick here. I don't know if that was 16% in the money now. Oh, yep, there they are.
God damn, they're still in.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's just funny. Yeah, they're kind of happy. 124, trading up at 390 today.
Yeah, yeah. They might straight up. We might see these contracts expire without that closing. They might grab some shares.
Yeah,
that's a win and a half right there.
Let's just hey, I got on at 20%.
$3.90.
nice 20%. I don't think it's gonna let me go back a page here. 624. Yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna say, yeah. I mean that these looked good when they came in here. I got a screenshot of it right here. But yeah, I mean, like, look at how those came in. You get that nice spike in that IV spots filling up the ask. Those looked pretty good to me, and yeah,
They
I'd
indeed
say they
were.
played. Yeah, they look like they played out. And it's funny because it had a 10% drop that next day. Let's go look at it here. Yeah, there's that. Oh wait, no,
these are the ones that you sat through the drawdown in.
Yeah.
Oh, you got bullied a little bit. At least you got profit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What else do we got? What else do we got there? Fig, and you said there was
Micron as well.
Micron.
And then we'll probably put a pin in it after Micron. I see we had a couple more requests after that, but we'll be back on Wednesday morning, y'all.
Micron.
Don't you sweat it. Did we look at Micron?
Like we looked at. We might.
If not Micron, we can do Starbucks. Starbucks had a good pop.
We'll do a quick one here. We can do Starbucks here quick after too. Why not? Yeah, kind of flat on the premiums. Not really seeing much today. Feel like I mean,
those 950s had some volume. We're right on top of their heat zone. This is where, right in the top of that red negative gamma platform there, we might finally see some acceleration. What are you looking at here, Anthony?
Look at that. Well, the 0 days obviously going to be a lot different right now, but I mean, we're down $46 on the day. I just want to see what we opened at here. Oh, we kind of recovered a little bit there, 928. Where I mean, we're still getting absolutely smacked today, but we opened so 928. I just want to see where we were in relation to that gamma 928. So yeah, I mean, we were in that kind of heavy, kind of no man's land there, but I mean, that price kind of went towards it. Now it's just kind of recovering slightly. How about that 4 day out there? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of negative gamma on this below us. I'm not seeing much for positive gamma on this thing at all. I mean, 0 day, there's nothing. 2 days, you got some negative gamma above us too. So I mean, just kind of maybe some volatile moves in there. Your 720, big negative gamma there, 900. Absolute gamma's 900, so you know, got a little ways to get down to see that. Got some negative gamma here on the 722. Yeah, it's kind of a tougher heat zone here where I'd, be cautious. But yeah, that 4 days got a lot of negative gamma below us, and 0 days probably don't care about that too much now with 3 hours left in the day.
Right.
But I mean, it's already kind of made its move a little bit. Yeah, I'd keep an eye on that 717, see how that maybe updates tomorrow. Put walls down at 930. So we actually 930. Where did we bounce? Oh, 906 there. Okay, yeah.
Damn, that was a hell of a dip off the open.
Yeah, that's. I mean that volume's still growing negative there too, and put premiums are still going up there too. That's. So you said you saw one in here that might have been interesting for the flow. The 713, yeah, just a lot of.
It's messy. It's too messy. Yeah, it's still too messy. Could be one fat short that they bought over the course of the day, little by little. It's messy. It's hard to tell. We got those big ass ones from yesterday. Those are yesterday's. Or Friday. Jesus Christ. Man.
Yeah, Friday. Close enough. I think somebody's getting some profits here.
That looks like a profit take.
611, 746, $17, and then just sizing out on the way down. Yeah, that's what that one looks like there to me.
Somebody asked, is gold bullish? It's been getting beat up a bit. It's down like 7% on the month. The Spider Trust is anyway. GLD. I didn't see anything substantial coming across my feed, but right now GLD's a bit in I'm not touching it zone. Down 12% in the last 6 months after those absolute rippers to highs.
Gold and all that stuff too. Like it's fun to trade, but it's so macro and rate driven. It's like, unless
and you get
you're
those
like
good old
really
Trump tweet yeets.
Yeah. unless you're like really in tune with like what's happening on like fiscal wise and all that stuff. Like I tend to kind of stay
Yeah,
away
I'm
from
not
the
that guy.
metals and say, and I'm not a big oil trader either. Like just there's so much volatility around it. But
Like
like
I've
you know,
scalped gold futures a few times. I'm just not that comfortable with it, so I don't tend to. I hang out with my Nasdaq. That's where I learned how to scalp. So I just kind of stay on the Nasdaq, even though I'm looking at S&P data. With the Periscope that we take trades off of. Price action wise, they're pretty similar, and I'm just used to the way Nasdaq moves, so that's what I trade. Gold, not much in my wheel of comfort zones. I couldn't even think of what I wanted to say there, dude. My brain is done.
it's ready for some food. All right, let me just hammer out Starbucks here quick, and then we can call
Let
it a
these
day
folks
if you
party elsewhere
like.
for the day.
Yeah, so gold here, or
Yeah.
see, we're not Starbucks here. Yeah, last couple sessions have had some good call premium. We're up today. A lot of net volume here today. Anything for flow, maybe that 717, but we got a lot of open interest. I do that 717 114 is interesting.
Phone number in my chat, dude. God damn it. Fucking porn spammers. Get the fuck out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This one,
Hey.
I would just want to double check open interest on this. There's a lot of kind of different volume hits on here. It's not the cleanest tape. I mean, again, you're split about 50-50 between that ask and bid side fills there. So
One little bastion of information though is of those two large candles, none of the volume since even adds up to it.
Yeah.
So I'd wager we see a good pop in open interest tomorrow. It's just kind of hard to see sidedness when we're not getting clean fills.
Yeah, we'll see. And 6% out of the money, 4 days to go. Like, I mean, yes, we can keep running. I just want to look at the Greeks on that. But theta's pretty high on those. Yeah, it's 6 cents. I mean, you can at least offset that theta though with that delta. That delta slightly. So I mean, like that verse, like those. I don't know what it was. I think it was MU weeklies where like it's like a $3 theta and that delta is like 0.02. No, it was SanDisk. That's what it was. Like that's it's not a good contract.
Yeah, Mary, your no profile picture, your phone number to WeChat and to Signal, you're totally a real person. Ben. Dude, Twitter is such a cesspool of just porn bots, and they're always in my chat. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, or they're following me.
Yeah. Ooh, S-Bucks up in the wall.
He's on read. Yeah, we're coming up into that call wall here. Call wall is at 110, so we're getting close. And so we're up $2. So I mean, 106. I just want to double check that here. We opened up at 107, it looks like. So where were we at that? So 107, just slightly above that negative gamma. It would have been kind of a, not probably a clear read. I would have noted that negative gamma there, but not too much above or below us. There's not really anything that would have caught my attention on the weeklies at 724, 11 days. This makes a little more sense here where, again, we were at that, 106, whatever I said there. Look at where all that positive gamma is, 106, 107. Held as support there. 108 was your put wall against support there. Absolute gamma is 110. So we're kind of making our way up there a little bit. Coming into that call wall, though. That 18-day, that 731, 115's got a lot of attention on it. 821, 39 days out. That 115 also has a lot of attention on it. We already had earnings, I believe, August 4th, it looks like. So, little interesting heat zone there. Yeah, just kind of keep an eye because kind of coming up towards that call wall, just a teeny bit there.
Nice little bump, though.
Yeah. Starbucks is kind of a fun one. When I see Starbucks flow, sometimes I'll take it. It's panned out pretty well for me. Hey, we're moving down still.
Yeah, I've kept my chart closed so I don't get tempted to give back an account saving day.
Oh God, look at these Netflixes hitting here. Quick before we kind of sign off, the 8/7/76 call, the 8/21/78 call. We got earnings in 3 days though. Earnings in 3 days, which kind of
Someone
sucks.
feeling spicy on the red end. That was a little bit of a dicey sentence now that I think about it.
I hate when I get flow like this and it looks pretty. I mean, IV spike spots filling up the ask, a couple little trails in there. Like, I hate when the flow looks good and it overlaps earnings.
I have a little bit of earnings aversion too. There's just too many variables that can completely disregard the data. Because they could say one sentence on the earnings call and undo whatever move it makes at the actual data drop.
Yeah.
I'm not much of an earnings guy. I'll take a lotto every now and again, but $355 is too much for a lotto for me.
Probably not taking that. I mean, this is kind of a little,
I ain't buying a $355 scratch ticket for an earnings play personally. I usually, if I do earnings, it's pretty far out of the money and cheap, and that's for a reason. Try to catch some like crazy pops with a big hike in implied volatility if it goes your way, but generally I have earnings aversion.
Again, another big Tesla one that overlaps earnings. Like, yeah, when it's that that weekly and it expires that week, I kind of will automatically just assume it's probably earnings related. Yes, it can get a pop before then, but I'm assuming they're looking for an earnings play there. I mean, and this flow can look super good. I mean, you get a good IV spike here, spots filling up the ask. You get one tiny little drop there on 30 contracts, a cent below that. I mean, like the flow doesn't look horrible, but
the flow
it's
itself
earnings.
is clean, but yeah.
It's who knows what Elon's gonna say. Who knows what Elon's gonna say during the thing, and it's like,
we're already on Mars. Let's fucking go. Baby! All right, I think we can put a pin in it there. We had a good 3-hour, 10-minute show today, just being chilling. Hit a couple of good trades. We both went from red to basically break even and profit on one of the accounts. More profit than I intended, but I got tricked into taking another short, and it worked out for us luckily, because I would have said, "Hey guys, I took another short and fucked it up right after I said I won't." But we're vibing. I mean, it was a good morning. Chat, thanks for being nice and active, giving us some cool shit to look at. We had a couple of things that we bookmarked to follow up on Wednesday. Other than that, I'm going to see if I can convince my boy Nate to come in and take some trades with us Wednesday morning. He's a much better and different futures trader than I am. He's also different with options than we are. He does a lot of spreads.
And he's a different person too. Really different guy.
Different person.
Really odd guy, man.
Putting it
really
lightly,
odd
I'd
fella.
say. Putting it lightly. But he's a really good resource for spreads, for long-term investing, stuff that I don't tend to do. Anthony doesn't tend to do on the show, so it'll be nice to have a breath of fresh air. I'm going to see if I can convince him to. If he doesn't, I'll get him on next week or something. I'm also going to shoulder tap a Joe named Joe, see if he wants to slide in on Friday so we can get some other perspectives than ours this week, so you guys can see how other people use the tools in different ways than we do. But other than that, guys, stay on the lookout on the Unusual Whales Spotify. We're now moving all of the interviews I do for Unusual Whales, be it with ETFs, be it FOMC, random guests that we have fun with. We're doing those on video now, so they will be live per usual, but I'm going to be putting the actual cleaned up video of each interview on Spotify moving forward, so check that out. We have last Wednesday's guest, Wayne Hoffman, the mentalist, who had a really good segment about psychology, human habits, how they affect your life and your trading in general, and some ways to mitigate some of the risks therein. Really good segment. And after that, he messed with our boy Anthony a little bit with a couple of mind games. And it was good fun. Good fun. So that'll be out later today. In the next hour or so, probably I'll get it published up. Other than that, guys, thanks for coming as usual. This was WhaleWatch, where we trade Unusual Whales tools live, win or lose. You see us do it. And we will be back Wednesday morning for the same shit on a different day. So I'll see you guys pre-market Wednesday.
Have a good day.